If you know me, you know I hate protection. Condoms are for cowards. The Lord is my protection. But one thing I always make sure to protect is my ears. That's why here at Talks with Taboo, we are partnering with Lumineers. If you're like me, then you love to go to live music events. And while you might be able to see that artist again, you won't be able to hear them if you do not put on your ear condoms. And Lumineers is the best of the best. Denver-based brand, patented smart earplugs built for shows, festivals, and clubs. Not only do they work better than all other earplugs, they also look cooler with sound-reactive LED lights on the outside. Are you racist? Well, you don't have to worry about that because the LEDs change to whatever color you prefer just by double tapping the outside. With these, you will instantly be better than everybody else around you. You won't be able to comprehend the amount of pussy coming your way. People will say, hey, you see that guy over there? The badass, cool-looking earplugs? I'll be right back. I got to go give him head. That could be you. I'm telling you, these things are badass. Do you hate the sound of your significant other's voice? Do you hate it when the DJ is yelling too loud on the mic? Do you hate yourself? Well, Lumineers is perfect for all that. They have built-in quart filters that reduces the volume without killing the sound or yourself. And I was watching this video the other day of this child whose house just exploded. He lost his entire family and his hearing. It was a tragedy that he wasn't wearing Lumineers. You can always replace a family, but you can never replace your ears. That's why we are offering our listeners 15% off of any order when you use code TWT at checkout. That's code TWT to get 15% off of your order. Lumineers, protect your ear pussies.
Come here, girl, is that ass fat? Let me take my tongue and go around your dirt track. I met a girl and her booty tastes like strawberries. I swear to God, this could be the one that I'm marrying. Hey, hey, and she's so damn fine. I may eat that from behind. I met a girl and her booty tastes like strawberries.
Don't talk shit about my collab, dude. Yeah, whatever. I'm not like gonorrhea collab, but how we doing, dude?
I'm doing well, man. You know.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers to you, brother. Cheers to your success.
Cheers to gonorrhea.
There you go. He said it.
Or chlamydia. Which one's the collab? Is it gonorrhea or?
I think
It's all pretty
I think it's
bad.
gonorrhea.
Okay, yeah, okay. No, we don't have it, but
Well, you know, don't give away my secret quite yet. It's good to be here, man. You know, I heard that I was the most requested guest
yes, absolutely.
of all time. So, you know, I'm doing you a favor.
Yeah,
You know,
well, I appreciate you doing me a favor.
It was nice,
today.
man. You left me a long message just saying how you needed me to save the show, so I'm here.
I actually wrote the letter too.
Yeah.
Wrote it
There you
with
go.
fucking my hands.
Done written?
I done written it, dude. I hate fucking writing on pen and paper, dog.
Really?
Dude, because A, I already have the handwriting of a second grader, and B, it's fucking outdated. No one does it.
That's fair. I mean, did you ever learn cursive?
No, you know this. You know I never learned cursive.
See, that's why this is going to be an interesting podcast, right? Because I'm thinking in my mind, are we just going to sit here and stare at each other because we already know everything about one another? or is this just going to become a deep conversation?
It'll come deep, dude. I mean, you're my best friend. You've been on the show before,
I have.
but not as EqualSum.
No, not at all. Yeah, I actually looked back in episode 14.
Wow, that was the last time.
That was the first time.
That was the first time.
That
What
was
was,
the first
what was the
time.
second time?
It was in 21, so it's been 5 years.
And that was with Comus
Yeah.
when you rebranded again.
Yeah, and then I don't think we did it at the old house. And now, you know, we're doing it now 5 years later. So we've progressed. Go back and look at him and see how far we've come. He's come a lot farther than me, even though I can come farther than him, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, it's more like a squirt gun, dude. I always think nutting's kind of like a, you know, like the super soakers. Like the more you
Absolutely.
pump it, the further it squirts. That's
Yes.
how I imagine cum. But
I just plug mine into the wall, dude.
your super
Yeah,
soaker.
well, you never. Oh wait, yeah, you're Brandon, Mississippi. Makes sense. Yeah, we had the electronic super soakers.
Dude, fuck you, private school ass bitch. We had the fucking really shitty plastic water guns that with
Yeah.
like the orange
Yeah, you
cap
had to
at the top.
pull it out.
Yeah, and they shot like, you know.
Yeah, your
3
super
feet.
soaker was just putting your thumb on top of the hose.
Yeah, that's basically it, dude. And this is a good time.
There you go.
Bro, summertime with a water hose?
Preach.
What else do you need? A fucking sprinkler system,
Yeah,
bro.
you need a trash bag and some soap.
Yeah, you need some fake guns and just run around the neighborhood playing war. Did you ever do that? Play war?
Yeah, we had some friends' backyards that we would set stuff up and play airsoft with.
Yeah.
You know,
We didn't have airsoft.
Yeah, or backyards.
Ours were just ours was just like toy replicas that did nothing.
This is going to be a fun podcast where I just speak about how much more elite I am than you. I'm joking. I'm broke as fuck. But it's good to be back, man.
Yeah, dude. Talk about rebranding again, because this is your third rebrand.
It is.
Which is
Or second rebrand, third full brand, if you will. Or actually, no, because I started off as DJ Crescent all the way back in Baton Rouge, so this would be my third rebrand.
So Crescent to Clutch to Comas to EqualSum.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, so I had to break the, you know, we already had 3 Ks in there, right? So we had to stop that. So we had to break that up a little bit, switch it up. But yeah, man, you know, I just seem like I just can't commit. No. What really happened was, you know, a little change of pace. You know, you saw me kind of go through it, and I think that this would be, you know, I guess a good lesson for anybody out there who is maybe kind of unsure of where they are in the industry or where they are on their career, or maybe they feel stuck, or maybe they feel like they hit a brick wall or something that they just can't pass through, and they just can't seem to maybe let go, right? Because I had to let go. I was kind of put into a position where I came face to face with failure, you know, which is something really difficult and something that's maybe not talked a lot about in this music industry is not completing the dream that you set out for, right? And so, you know, the failure, I can say that confidently, like it didn't work out with Comas. I lost all of my momentum. It was probably a really bad idea to rebrand into Comas in the first place, and that was a difficult thing to kind of conclusion to come to, right? And you know, I did the rebrand during COVID, where everyone made a lot of mistakes, right? You know, well, I knew that Clutch wasn't going to go anywhere because we had, you know, possible legal issues with the name, the band. There were just kind of possible confrontations that were going to come in the future. We kind of saw that with Macedon and the Marauder, right? And
You have Taboo with an A.
there you go,
Yeah.
right? And so I thought that I could get ahead of it. And the pivot that I made was the wrong pivot, right? And sometimes you have to come to that. I was just so inebriated. I just came up with the worst name possible. No one could spell it. No one could say it. They all thought it was Comas. And I was like, you know, and I had to deal with that for a few years.
That's fine though, bro. People still call me TVBOO.
You're right.
And I don't give, as long as you know who I am, I don't give a fuck what you call me.
That's fair. I get that. The spelling isn't always the issue. It's more about
people being literate or not.
yeah, really. Well, you know, you say a word and then they start questioning, like, what did you say?
Yeah.
So you say Comas, and they're like, commas, Comas.
That's fair, actually. I've never thought of that. Yeah.
KC, is that an S at the end, a Z at the end? You know, MMAS, right? And so creating a brand with so much confusion just didn't get me anywhere. And so I had to take a step back. I was in a really dark place in my life, and I had to decide whether or not I even wanted to do music anymore, right? I was in a really dark spot, and I took about 6 months off. I told myself, you know, Andre, if you can take this time to yourself, and if you don't want to do music again, then I think it's time to give this up, right? And take a different path. But if you do want to do music again, that's perfectly fine as well. But just take the 6 months to yourself, take the pressure off, digest what you went through, digest the lessons that you learned, and make a decision, you know, on the other end of it. Give you that timeline and see if you even want to do this. See if it's even in you anymore. Because I felt really jaded. You know, it had been about 10 years in the industry. And I had a lot of highs and I had a lot of lows, and it was time to kind of just understand where my future was. And about 4 months in, I didn't even make it the 6 months. About 4 months in, I just had this itch that I just couldn't let go, and I just had to get back in the studio and just create for me. I didn't have a new brand yet, but I knew that I just wanted to make some tunes because it's just something that's so integral to my existence is art and creation and music. And so I went into my room and I spent about 2 months making an album that, you know, no one is going to hear because that's for me. And I just wanted to know if I wanted to make music again. And it turned out I did. And it turned out that I'm still really good at it. And, you know, it's the fine line between humility and also being confident in yourself. Right. But I know that, I have a talent, right? And I think it would be wrong, if I kept that talent to myself, right?
Yeah, you are a fucking damn good producer.
I appreciate
Best
that.
remixer I know. Best melody writer I know. I mean, we had this conversation the other night, dude. I was going through your old SoundCloud from like 2014, 13, those old remixes, and I was like, dude, these still fucking hold up.
Dude, I forgot about that SoundCloud too, because it's not on the Clutch page. It's on the I Am Clutch page, because I think that was the time where like we were getting strikes and SoundCloud was taking.
You could only get 3, and then you were kicked off.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was a dangerous time on SoundCloud, and so I decided to do like the side, I Am Clutch, and I went back and listened to some of those. We both did, right?
Yeah.
And we're looking at each other and we're like, man, this has some promise,
Yeah.
They suck, but
no, they
there's some
don't, dude.
promise.
They're good. I there's a couple of them I'm like, yeah, this shit still bangs hard.
Yeah.
I know whenever we like I brought you on the road for a bit, I was just like, yo, play this one. Play this one.
Yeah.
I want to hear that one.
Absolutely. And I would love to actually update those if possible, because my production quality has been raised so much even in the past 2 or 3 years, right? Even in the past year. And my strength has always been, like you said, kind of the song structure, the song idea, but I've never kind of been able to enter into the space. Like what you're amazing at so many things, but what you have always excelled past me in is your ability to make things sound really good, right? Your mixing, your sample, and your synth selection, and how you can kind of create and paint this picture that feels so cohesive and large and just sound good together. And I never really understood that for a long time, right? I can create what needs to be created, and I can create the hit, but I can't make it sound good. And I can do that now, which is great. And I think I still have a lot to learn, but that was always kind of my hurdle to jump over, that I've always been kind of envious of you and other great producers who just know how to make those things sound good. Like I remember spending a year on like trying to understand how my sub fits into a song and thinking like, why is this clipping and so muddy on my headphones, but not in the car? It sounds like it's pooping. I don't know what's going on here. And I remember sending something to Sully, right? And I asked him, I was like, what is wrong here? Like, can you help me just like look at this for a second? He's like, have you turned the sub down? I was like, I just have to turn the sub down, and I turned the sub down, and that bitch got so clean, dude. But this is 7-8 years into production, and I just didn't get that, right? And I even went into some old files the other day, and I was panning synths. I layered the same like mid bass on top of each other, or even like saw chords, and I would pan one all the way to the right and one all the way to the left.
They're just gonna phase,
and they just phase out. And I'm like, Andre, what are you doing, brother? But you have to go through those trials, and that's my journey, and even if you would have maybe taught me those things, I don't know if I would have been able to implement them properly, because I didn't understand the concept of the sound. So it's nice to kind of go back and listen to those things, see how far you've come. Also notice, I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of the music that I'm making now, kind of like coming into my fruition, like it has its base in those songs. Like you can hear what I'm doing now in that as well. And that's really cool to hear that signature style that I was always trying to look for, that I couldn't find for so long. It was always there. And I was trying to be something I wasn't, right? And it's nice to kind of come to my center again and be happy with what I'm doing.
Yeah, I know you were telling me with Comas, you felt like you were like forcing like the turn up heavy shit.
I was, man, because I just wanted to be with my friends. I wanted to be with y'all. I wanted to be on the road with y'all. I wanted to do the things that would get me to the places I wanted to be, right? And kind of force my way into that, and I felt left out if I wasn't. And so I tried to do the things and take the steps to get there, and that's what I thought would get me there. And the irony is it actually kind of kicked me out of it completely, in a sense. And so if there's a lesson to be learned here, just follow your heart. Do what makes you happy. And man, that's so cliche, and I hate myself for saying that, but I at this point I'd rather fail at what I'm good at and what I want to do than fail, or maybe even succeed at what I'm not good at.
Yeah.
And be able to go to sleep at night and be happy and not worry about maintaining a level or maintaining something that I don't even want to be a part of, right? Kind of like what's his name? Wes Moreland from Limp Bizkit.
Mhm.
You know, like he quit that band at its peak, right? Because he's like, what am I even? This is not what I want to fucking do. You know, I want to, and he went on did his experimental thing, right? Because he just couldn't stand what they were doing, right? But he made some of the most iconic new metal riffs of all time, right? And so I think all artists kind of struggle with that.
Yeah, and it's also like look at like a lot of people who did rebrand and it worked out for the better. You know, .com and the Marshmallow, Briz and the LS Dream. I mean, I was watching Attack yesterday. And I was like, 3 bands, amazing bands came out of this band.
Absolutely.
Of Mice of Men, Beartooth, and fucking Bill Murray.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
right? And sometimes it's not the first rebrand, right? And sometimes it's not the second. Sometimes, hopefully, it's the third, you know? But I feel that the authenticity will shine through a lot more with this. And I feel much more at home with this brand and what I'm trying to accomplish with it. I feel like it's what I should have been doing all along. You know, Clutch just came from, I'm in my bedroom at LSU, just staring at the ceiling, probably drunk and high, and just like, Clutch sounds cool, but let's switch it up. Let's give it a K instead, right? And then, you know, Coma is, again, mistake, but it was, oh, this connects me to New Orleans and the parade, and it's the God of Revelry, and all this convoluted, you know, description that no one gives a shit about. You know, like it just doesn't connect, right?
You're having to explain the whole story.
Exactly, right? Like, who's Coma? He's the God of Revelry. It has to do with this Mardi Gras parade and blah, blah, blah. Like, no one gives a fuck about that, right? And so it was such a niche thing, and I thought it was cool, but it was just so pigeonholed, right? And this EqualSum just feels so open and so universal, and you can spell it, and you know, you know, and people can connect with it and immediately understand what it is, right? You know, we're all equal parts of the sum. We're all in this together, right? It's a universal connection, right? We are equal sum. We are equal, and we are the sum of all the parts. And I think that that's just easy. And it's something people can sink themselves into and become a part of. And I think that's, you know, I wish it didn't take so long to happen, but I'm glad it did, you know, because I'm the happiest I've ever been with my art. I'm the healthiest I've ever been with my art and my connection to it. And, you know, I'm just happy to be here, and I'm happy that I still find pleasure and passion in making music.
I remember it was a couple years ago whenever you were like, dude, I'm thinking about stopping. I said, no, you're not. You said, I'm thinking about stopping. I said, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yep.
You're like, no, I'm going to stop. I'm like, what else are you going to do? It's like, you write music.
Yeah.
I was like, even if you weren't a touring artist, you would still write music.
Absolutely.
If I wasn't a touring artist, I would still write music.
Absolutely.
What the fuck else are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
It's like my favorite thing in the world to do.
Yeah.
And I know it's yours too.
It is. It is. And it took me losing everything to realize that. Because that's why we came into this, right?
Yeah.
You know, that's what got us here in the first place, was this just passion for this art form and for this music style, and the ability to do it almost on our own, and to have, you know, to be able to mold the clay ourselves, right? And as, again, another cliche, you know, we lose that along the way, right? We lose that when it comes to streaming numbers and to metrics and to social media reach. And we get so consumed with these things that we always forget the main reason why we're here and why we do it, right? And I mean, it's a dangerous path, and that's, you know, it's on the other side of almost like losing it all. And, you know, I'm happy where I am. And, you know, I had this kind of this other issue that I'm still working out when it comes to the social media aspect, because social media was such a major part of my issue, in the sense of, like, I was in a really dark place because of those metrics, right? And, you know, I can say that I was close to some really dark places because I was not attaining these views and these likes that I thought would get me to a place, and that I know that are so important to this industry, right? And, you know, I'm trying to figure out how to navigate that space to where I can make this project successful while still balancing it in a healthy environment and healthy way to where I don't get back to that point, because that's my main goal now, is to not feel like that ever again. But on the other side of that, you know, saying like, oh, you know, I'm not getting a lot of views and stuff, but being okay with that is sometimes, you know, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
I think about that all the time of like, you know, I hear stories that you have to put up with and other artists that, you know, are, you know, headlining arenas and stuff. And, you know, I just said, you know, so many times. Basically, these artists are living a life that's very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
It's a difficult thing to keep up with, and these parasocial relationships that people have with you. You know, I don't know if I want that, you know? And so that's another dangerous side of it, is be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, that's a good point, dude, because it's like if you could rub a genie bottle and you're like, I want to be the biggest DJ in the world tomorrow, like now. And then that wish came true, you'd be like, holy fuck, this might suck. Yeah. Yo, you ain't seen it, Colin.
Yeah.
Have you seen Obsessed yet?
No.
God damn, dude.
Yeah, I
you
keep
gotta
hearing. I keep hearing we gotta go.
Yo, and listen, everyone listen to this podcast. First thing, go listen to EqualSum. Second thing, go fucking watch Obsessed. It's so good, dude. God, it's so good.
Yeah, so if you could do that, I mean, that's basically what it's like, right? Is breaking that, and then you get what you wish for, and it's this demonic force of soul-sucking entities that's just like, be this famous person, and you are no longer yourself. You are for others, right?
Yeah.
You are a husk of what you were, because it's all about this product and this brand, and making sure that you're making other people money, and you know, dealing with people who might get overly obsessed with you, you know, things along those lines. And so I think it's really important for artists to, you know, want success, right? But the success should be wanting to have an impact on people positively, because you might get to that point where you're making it and it is just hell on earth for you. You know, you might not have that disposition about you to be able to handle that. It's difficult, and, you know, you have to pick your poison. And that is a big thing in this industry that I think a lot of people don't think about either.
Yeah, I was watching Linkin Park the other night, old live video. I was like, dude, Chester is just so good.
Mm-hmm.
But fucking one of the best rock bands of all time. They're at their peak, and he fucking kills himself. He's like, I hate this. Well, who was it? Avicii? Was it Avicii as well?
Same thing. Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I mean, Linkin Park was in Transformers. You can't get better than that.
That is true, dude. But you gotta listen to those lyrics. You're like, dude, I hear it. You are struggling, dog.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Chris Cornell, same thing, right? And so it's a double-edged sword. And what I wish for myself and for you and for all other artists is that you just find solace in, you know, being content with wherever you are in your journey of art, and make sure that you're holding on to, you know, the people in your life, your friends, your family, and making sure that you keep the main thing first, you know, and that's basically, you know, the people closest to you, your mindset, your peace, right? Is keeping that peace. And if you can do that on a big major stage, that's brilliant, you know, but I don't think that we should lose ourselves, you know, gain the world, but lose yourself, right?
I'm losing myself every single day. It happens a couple times. I will never be content.
I know it's difficult. It is, you know, but, you know, I just want you to be happy and healthy, brother.
I'm happy-ish. I'm healthy-ish.
Fat ass.
Fuck you, Kyle.
He's been doing good, dude. He's been doing good.
I've been doing
man.
good, dude. My chest is getting fucking big, dude.
Absolutely.
I'm now doing 10 plates on the damn incline press for my legs, brother.
Yeah, we all
plate to 5 on each side.
Huh?
5 on each side.
5 on each side,
bro.
dude.
Yeah, we don't give him the code to the locks on the cabinets or anything either, so he can't get into the snacks. We switch it every day. Little does he know it's just 6969.
Damn it!
I know.
That would be my first guess.
Yeah,
that would literally be my fucking first guess.
yeah. I don't want to give away any trade secrets here.
Yeah. I was watching that. I was watching a movie the other night. It's what is it? The Getaway or something. It had like Danny McBride, that like really nerdy dude that plays Lex Luthor at one movie. And he's like, gives him the code to this vest. He's like, 69, 69, 69.
There you go.
That's like such a Danny McBride move.
It is. It's Spaceballs, right?
Yeah.
It's the what's the password to the atmosphere dome, and it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Man, you've had so many fucking hits over the fucking course of your career, though. That's been fucking cool.
It has been, man. It's cool that you know, people still come up to me about those things as well. I mean, even at Lane 8 at Dillon Amphitheater, you know, I was unfortunately eating a gyro, so I had my mouth full of cottage cheese, and a lovely human being came up and said, "Hey," and called me Clutch, you know, and so, you know, but it's like, but that's a really fun legacy to have, and it's cool that those things are still impactful. You know, I wish that I could be, you know, my main goal now is to have that same impact on, you know, the kids that are up and coming in the scene, right? I want to hit the 20-year-olds now, you know, and not just with a car, but with with some really good music, right? And, and I want to continue that legacy, right? But you know, I've been blessed. You know, Beethoven did really, really well for a really long time. It still, you know, gives me some money on the side, which is really cool. You know, blessed to have releases with Deadbeats and Subcarbon. And still shooting for that Wakan release, but we'll do that with the EqualSum.
You have a song on Wakan.
You're right.
It's
Crash Out.
Yeah, me and you, Crash
Heck
Out.
yeah, man. Hey, title track, baby. Sorry about rebranding right after that came out.
It's like we released Back the Fuck Up on Deadbeats, and then you had to hit them with a rebrand.
Oh my God, dude. Yes. Yeah. So every time we release this, okay, I don't know if we can release another song, dude.
Yeah.
I really like this brand, so I don't know if we can do another collab, because that means I got to go somewhere else with it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
EqualCum.
It's the next, with a K, right?
Richard Finger back-to-back EqualCum.
Oh, man. I dig it. Yeah, I'm just a bucket of cum up there. Cum bucket.
Why would that brand work?
I mean,
why would that brand work?
Dude, it's all about the memes, bro. Yeah, I mean, that's why it works with Bill Murray, dude. You know,
Bill Murray's the fucking tits.
Dude, they absolutely are, dude. I saw, you know, their branding right now is all about how you wipe as a man, right? So I don't know if you've seen the recent reels, but it's basically like, you know, send this to a homie who wipes towards his balls. You know, and I'm like, this is brilliant.
That's all the homies.
Well, you should. I mean, like, we don't have a bidet. We might want to look into that. You know?
Bidets rule.
Bidets do rule.
I'll be on that bitches all day.
That's the way it goes. But back to my hits, you know, it's all about me. So, you know, hopefully the music I'm writing right now will become hits in some way, shape, or form. I mean, the project itself, with as little promotion as I put behind it, is doing really well just from the music itself. You know, I'm not part of any repost chains. It's all kind of word of mouth right now. And SoundCloud almost kind of feels like it's almost going back to what it used to be.
Yeah, it feels like it is coming back.
It's kind of like, you know, because the Tape B Grizz flip, it's in the 30K range right now. And I still have under 500 followers on SoundCloud, right? So that was a general kind of just people going viral with it, or like sending it to their friends and enjoying it, you know. And still under 500 followers on SoundCloud, we're almost up to 150,000 plays within a year, which just is a testament to the music being good, I think.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You know, because I'm not really pulling strings and trying to get people to, you know, I'm not asking any of the homies repost this, repost that. Like, I kind of want it to be, you know, I want to be everyone's like favorite newfound artist, right? I want to be that person who, oh my God, I found this dude. He has 500 followers on SoundCloud and it is nuts. And I just, cause I love that vibe. I love when I find those producers, right? Everyone loves gatekeeping and knowing that, like, I have this sauce right here, I have this diamond in the rough, and I just want to send everybody this stuff, right? And so I would love to be that person and kind of build that kind of grassroots energy, which is really, really great.
Yeah, the whole Tape B thing, you know.
Yeah, that's the way it goes, baby. That's the way it is. And, you know, fun fact, Tape B has opened for me in Oklahoma City. That's all I'm going to say.
That's crazy.
I know. We love you, Bergman. You're fucking killing it, dude.
Yeah, he is, man.
Thank you for being such an amazing voice for this dubstep scene. We really need people like you in this, so thank you for being here.
Yeah.
But I started with the remixes, and now we're finally getting out there, and we're finally getting to We're finally getting to release some originals, right? So tomorrow, I don't know when we're releasing this. Probably
Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday. Cool. So it's the 9th right now. It's Tuesday the 9th. On Wednesday the 10th is going to be the 3rd track from the 5-track EP. 2 of them are already up there, right? They're originals, and I'm really happy with them. I'm really proud of them. I know that originals don't get as much play as remixes and stuff, but I feel like I'm creating the best music I've ever made, and it feels right, and it feels earwormy and catchy, and it feels like me. And I'm excited that it's finally getting out there. I'm excited to release more original music. I mean, I think on the SoundCloud, we're up to over 25 songs already. It's only been a year, so we still got the production just rolling, right?
Yeah. Did the with the remixes, and I kind of want to talk about remixing and social media stuff, because you were like, originals don't work as good as remixes. Right now they don't. I don't know if they ever. I mean, at some point they have, but
for sure,
right now they don't. And then I look at a second ago you were talking about social media, and you're like, I don't know where to put myself in it, how to just your battle with it, right?
Yeah.
And I look at someone like an Enzo, right, where it's like, that dude's not doing content. The music's just that good.
Tape
and
B.
the art, Tape B, the art's just that good. But it's like, if the art's good enough, it will fucking find its way to people. But in the same breath, I've been finding a lot of new artists lately, and just from fucking doom scrolling, and I hear a fucking get a reel from a guy I've never heard of, like a song, I'll shoot him a message, yo, dude, fire, good song.
Send me some stuff.
Yeah, and I've gotten a lot of new music the last couple of weeks from people sending me stuff.
Love that.
Just from that, so there is. Both are gives and takes.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
For sure. And I think social media has always, for a majority of its existence, been a positive.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's anything wrong with marketing yourself, marketing your music, especially when the tools are in our hands and we don't need to outsource that thing. I think that that's an amazing thing. And so I see so much benefit in social media. I just, and social media has changed a lot in the sense of, it's algorithmic based now. And I wish, it's not going to happen, but it would be nice if we still had that ability to see who we're following, right? Remember when Instagram, you would run out on your feed?
Yeah.
Remember when it would stop?
Yeah, same with Facebook.
Yes,
too, man.
it would just no more posts. Sorry, you're at the end of your feed, right?
Yeah.
And you would see who you follow, right? And so I think social media in that way was such a brilliant moving thing, right? And I'm not opposed to having to operate in the world that is. We have to. But I'm really focused on making sure that I operate in the world that is in a way that doesn't make me want to off myself.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Which is, a dark way to say it, but it's,
But I feel it.
yeah, it's hard. It weighs on us, right? We're in this war of constant comparison.
Yeah.
And that's not healthy for the human brain as it's wired now, and that's why they're trying to put chips in our head, because they can wire us to be happy about that. But it's one of those things where, I'm trying to find a way to dive into it, lean into the ability to have control over this, while still having control over my mind and my happiness.
Yeah, it's called Post and Ghost.
Post and Ghost, I love it.
Yeah, that's what it is. You fucking post it and you walk away.
And I think that's the way, man. I think authentic posts of just, hey, listen now, got some tunes out, have in the background or something. I know it's not as viral as kind of showing your studio setup or having the mini meter going off, but also in the same breath, right? If that's where everybody's zigging, I want to zag, right? I want to go where people aren't doing it, right?
Yeah, dude, you should do racial humor on
Yeah, there we go. That gets it real far. I mean, listen, it does. I mean, we put numbers, you know what I mean? That's why I started with the KKK joke. And so it's finding the zag, right? It's finding what is everyone doing and how can I not do that and create something unique to me that will still reach people, and finding that I guess, how would you say, that setup, that same style of video, right? Because those typically go, really viral. People want to know what they're in for, right? And so if you can create a way of shooting, a way of, a viral post and continue that, I think it's something that we all kind of aspire to.
Dude, I want to get into our list, dude. I've been thinking about
already. We just jumping right into it.
Nah, we can hold off on it.
We can absolutely get into the list, or if you want to,
So we actually have the Epstein files.
Yeah, there
we got them, and we're gonna go through the list of who's on it.
We will indeed.
First name on it I saw was Kyle Brim. So that's crazy.
Freeze! Put your hands up.
We go way back.
There you go. I love it. I mean, we can absolutely do that, but before we do that, I just want to say, go listen to EqualSum, spelled as EqualSum.
Wait, I got a question, dude. So with the rebranding that you've had to do all these times, the highs and lows, the hits and remakes and, the ups and downs, peaks and valleys, if you could go back and tell a young Clutch, that young kid that was sitting in his dorm room at LSU just fucking writing, the Pokey Trap remix or the fucking, what would you go tell that kid?
What would I go tell? That's a really good question, actually.
Yeah.
That's a really insight. Dude, I'm proud of you, man.
Thanks, dude. I'm good at this shit.
Dude, I'm so proud of this kid, dude. Y'all have no idea how much I fucking love him. What would I tell a younger Andre, or anybody who's just kind of starting out? And
now I want you to talk about you.
Talk about
me. What the fuck would you tell yourself?
Stop smoking so much fucking weed, bro. And like get to the grindstone. But also, I would say, in like a deep truth, is know yourself a little better, and also take your time a little more. I would say be intentional with what you do. And think a little bit more long term, right? Because I was not. I was just living in the moment, which is great to do, especially at that age. That's what you're supposed to do, and follow kind of your heart and follow your intuition of where it's taking you, right? But sometimes things just sound cool, right? Like Childish Gambino, he got his name from like a Wu-Tang generator, right? And that was really came out like a great name, right? And I thought of something just kind of stupid, and I thought it sounded cool, but I didn't do too much digging into like, what is copyright? What, like what does, I didn't look into, does anybody else have this name, right? And I knew Clutch, the band. I don't know why it never clicked to me in my head, right? I guess that's why I switched it to the K, but I didn't understand the business aspect of it, of, this is going to, if you want to do this, this is going to carry with you forever. And if this is the path you take and it's the wrong path, it's going to be a long way back, right? And the pivot's going to be really difficult, right? And funny enough, I didn't learn that lesson and I had to do it again. It took me 2 times to learn that lesson, right? And so I think that's really important, is to move with intention.
Yeah.
Right? Don't just throw shit at the wall and just hope that it works. Move with intention, and the intention that you set at the beginning is going to benefit you so much further down the road, and it's going to make your life so much easier, and it's going to build a foundation that you can really feel stable on, right? And because I'm building my foundation that I feel stable on 10 years after the fact. And so to save you the heartache and to save you this pain and these trips through a proverbial hell, man, you just move with intention.
Yeah. Dude, I will say, like, just looking back how long I've known you, because you and I go way back.
We do.
Yeah.
20, was it 16 or 17?
I think it was 16.
Yeah.
You were the first out-of-town artist I booked.
Yeah, absolutely.
You were the you were the very first artist that I booked that was not in the state of Mississippi.
Yeah, I mean, and that was such a fun show, dude. I had such a good time. Because that's when we were just in it to win it. We were just in it for the fun, man. Just to bring it all the way back full circle, right? And it felt pure, right? And it felt beautiful. And we were just having a fun time kicking it in that back courtyard before going back in that little black sweat box.
So sweaty, dude.
But it was brilliant. And that's the time of your life, right? Where you're not weighed down by all these other aspects. And I think it was such a beautiful time to meet you, right? Because I remember, man, I tell a story all the time when I was like, this kid is special. This kid's got something. When I saw your production tutorial you had on YouTube, it's probably still up, right?
But it's somewhere over there, yeah.
You were taking posters and you were putting it into Serum, right? And this is 10 years ago. I mean, the fact that Steve Duda could do that 10 years ago is bonkers. What a genius, right? But you learned this production style that I hadn't even thought of or wanted to dive into or cut my hands at, and you made a full song out of a poster that was synthesized through Serum, and I'm just like, what is this magic, man, right? And you earned so much respect. I'm like, and this kid's throwing his own shows. Like, what am I doing with my life? Like, why is he looking up to me in some way, shape, or form when I'm like so amazed by what you're doing, right? And I think that coming together with that kind of common, like, oh wow, dude, you're awesome, and you're like, no, you're awesome, is such a beautiful way to kind of like enter a friendship, right? Because that's pure, and that's like, hey man, like we just want the best for each other. Yeah,
I mean, the first time I met you, I was just a fan. I snuck into Republic to see, it was the Mad Decent Block Party after party, and you were playing like your Pokemon remix, your Boom 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 remix. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. This guy, I want to fucking meet this guy.
Dude, that shit used to go off too.
It still does.
It does,
dude.
man.
It still does. Dude. Not only was I was listening to your old shit, dude, I was on a fucking rabbit hole, and we were kind of going down it together the other day. Old trap bangers. God damn, dude.
Dude. It's the best.
No one knew what the fuck they were doing.
No,
but it all sounded
you're
great.
like, yeah, no, what the fuck is a side chain? You know, and we played those songs on professional systems. Like, this is right. This is awesome. And it's just like the shittiest mix down ever. But that just goes to show, man, people react to feeling.
Yeah. That's
true. You know, it doesn't have to sound perfect. Like, I still think, I'd go listen to Furry Lease, bro, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? But
it still bangs, bro. I'll still play that song out, and it gets a great reaction.
Exactly, right? And it's so it's all about feeling, man.
Yep. I will say, I was, kind of getting there with like, as long as I've known you and like watching your like personal progression and stuff, moving to Denver was like a good thing for you.
It was.
Because you actually learned how to grind.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah. And I learned how to fail.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that is, I'm glad I failed here instead of back in New Orleans. And I think, and as much as I love New Orleans, I love you with all my heart and soul. You already know that. But I think if I would have failed somewhere that I didn't have a good support system, or that I would have maybe kind of been ostracized from the bass scene, from kind of taking a step back, I feel like that would have been really detrimental in the long run. But being able to kind of still connect with other producers and kind of still be in the center, the mecca of it all, while still like, having my past to kind of support me, being like, oh, this guy's legit. Oh, it's Andre. Oh, it's Clutch. Oh, it's Comas. Having that kind of like that history.
Yeah, the respect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of allowed me to go through that and still come back, right? Having that kind of that ability to be like, I can take this break and I just don't feel like I'm no longer part of it. Because that's dangerous, right? And
yeah.
that would have probably hurt even more.
Yeah.
If I would have had to take this lesson and then like literally I quit and then I'm no longer anywhere near it, I think that would have really been devastating.
Yeah.
But the fact that I got to learn these lessons and still kind of be integrated within the scene was probably the most helpful thing for me as well.
Yeah.
And then being able to start again here is really important, even though it almost feels like it's impossible because everyone's a DJ now, right? And everyone's a producer. And, it's difficult to get shows. It's difficult to get local shows.
You just get some fat tits, dude.
Right?
You'll fucking get booked
dude,
tomorrow.
I have fat tits, man. I already have those, dude. Man. It's not so simple, but
big tits are back.
Big tits have always been. Okay. Let's just get that right. Okay. But it's been nothing but a blessing. And yeah, I'm glad it happened here. I'm glad that I got to grind out here. I'm glad I got to fail out here, and I'm glad I get to start again out here.
The thing out here is you actually do have to grind because there is so many people doing it, right?
Absolutely.
And like in New Orleans, there's like what, 5 to 10 people, doing it maybe, and not even doing it that well. With all due respect, you know what I'm saying? But like here in Denver, it's like that's like everyone's fucking whole day, their whole life. And watching you whenever you moved here, I was like, damn, Dre might be the hardest worker I know.
Yeah.
Working 40 hours a week at a job you didn't like while also putting in 40 hours in the studio, fucking up in your game.
Yes, and I still do, except I'm glad I got a job that I like now.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
Yeah.
But it's a grind, and I love it, because if I didn't love it, I wouldn't do it. And I think that, I mean, in all fairness, I bet most of the DJs out here, even successful DJs, they still have that other job that they have to work at, right? If you think about the economy at this point, making $50,000 a year would be considered kind of like lower middle class, and to make $50,000 a year off dubstep is fucking hard.
It is hard. Not only is that a case, say you make 50 grand touring.
Yeah.
You also got your agents, you got your managers, you got your travel costs, photographers, VJs. You're like, cool.
I'm thinking post-tax. Yeah. So to even, if you want $50K post-tax, you're making $75, $80K, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, what, if it's $1,000 a show, I mean, what would that be? I'm so fucking bad at math.
You'd have to do 75 shows.
75 shows?
To make 75 grand. Yeah.
There you go, right? And that's kind of hard.
Yeah, that's 75 is a lot.
That's pretty difficult. How many weekends are how many weeks are in a year? What, 52, right?
53, I think. Is it 52 or 53?
53.
52.
So you have to play every single weekend and then a couple weekends twice at $1,000 rate.
Yeah.
And that's just a scrape by.
Yeah.
And so just word of the wise for any kiddos listening.
I did 53 shows on a tour and lost money.
There you go. So it's hard out here for a pimp.
Yeah, it is hard out here for a pimp, dude. Damn.
And so keep that in perspective as well, And so I don't have any, I think it's really great for anybody who's out there working the jobs, supporting yourself, feeding yourself, putting a roof over your head, and still doing this, because like you said, I know it's 80 hours a week, 90 hours a week, and it's difficult, but we fucking love it.
Yeah, I know Flow Zone, like he's touring all the time. Like every weekend he's doing shows, and he just still does valet.
Absolutely.
I was like, why are you still doing valet? He's like, dude, it's easy money.
Yeah.
Quick money.
Absolutely.
It's like I can pay my rent just with valet.
Dude, valet stacks. Especially if you're in the right spot.
Yeah.
Valet stacks.
Yeah, he's out in Tampa too. So if you go to a nice place in Tampa, get some money here and there.
Absolutely.
It's valet people. I know was it Vegas? At one point they had to like change the rules because like the valet people were like, I don't, that could just be a fucking movie I saw actually, never mind. It could be fake news, dude.
It's The Hangover. He's referencing The Hangover.
No, it's the movie Casino.
Casino.
Yeah. He was like, we had to do something with the valet guys because they were like the most powerful people. They could get anybody anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Or like, think of Ferris Bueller and they take it on a joyride, right?
Yeah.
They could whip your car out, dude. I was, working in Cherry Creek out here. People were dropping off Ferraris, so you can go have some good times.
Hell yeah. Well, dude, now I want to get in this list. I've been thinking about it.
Let's do the list. I'm actually really excited about this.
I'm going to take a pee break real quick.
Okay, we'll take a quick little break.
And then drop your chair like an inch.
Me?
No, just a minute. There you go. Oh, that was a little too far, buddy.
An inch is a lot.
An inch is a lot.
That's perfect.
Okay,
That's
an
perfect.
inch is like fuck ton. I don't know why they do, 6-inch subs. 4 is plenty enough to satisfy anybody.
Is this still on record?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
God, Kyle has the smallest penis ever.
No, he actually has a really nice dick.
Yeah, didn't y'all whip it out on this?
Yeah, he whipped it out.
I never, fun fact, I don't watch this at all.
Okay. You've watched some.
I've watched some. I've watched the ones where, I've been a part of some as well, but, I listen to you talk so fucking much, dude. I can't take it, I can't do 2 hours of you telling the same story over and over and over again to different people.
I hope I don't do that.
No, you don't. I don't know. I don't listen.
I hope I don't do that.
You know how
man.
sometimes like Joe Rogan will say that, he'll tell the same story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just like, bro, I've heard this, dude.
A million times.
A million times.
Yeah. I hope I don't fucking do that.
Drop it in the comments.
Yeah. Let me know.
Actually, if there's a story that you've heard him tell multiple times, but in depth, because sometimes he might reference the same thing, because I
Yeah.
get that. I get referencing the same point, you know. But if you've told like a long story, I want to hear it in the comments. I want to know. And I want to know because I've heard the same story multiple times sometimes, just having regular conversations with him, both personally and with other people. So
Well, other people, it makes sense, right?
other people does make sense.
We just kept the conversation going, Kyle.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, I'll cut it together.
So, this Epstein list.
We got the list.
We got the list.
I don't know if you know this, but on the side, I am a grade A hacker. I am actually the godchild of Julian Assange. So, you know, I get all the ends.
You work for what's that damn company?
It was WikiLeaks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
WikiLeaks, dude.
Mhm.
Dude, they used to kind of scare me. Remember those videos they used to do?
Are you talking about Anonymous? maybe?
Anonymous, that's what it is. Those videos are kind of scary, dude.
They were. They had the Guy Fawkes mask on.
Yeah, he's like, oh fuck
From
you.
V for Vendetta.
Fuck you or
That's
whatever.
how you get attention, dude.
That is how you gotta get attention.
Yeah, that is true. Dude, being a hacker sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I bet you it's a lot easier now with AI.
Yeah, yeah. Or it kind of maybe easy to track you as well with AI.
True.
You know.
I don't know, dude. I mean, we're talking about all this music shit. Who cares? AI can make it better.
Yeah. You know, I'm already prepared to get arrested after this podcast. So
Really?
yeah.
Why? Because we're talking about the Epstein lips? that we
Yeah.
have?
Well, they know that we have it. So, you
Yeah.
know, and this is going into the interwebs. So, you know, it is what it is. And it was nice knowing y'all. Go listen EqualSum and you can help pay my bail.
Well, this is going to be fun. I was actually thinking this was a great idea. So Andre brought up this idea. He wanted us to make a list of our top 10 favorite albums of all time.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about this in the show.
No.
And the first 3 are in order, and the rest of them aren't in order, right?
Well, in a sense, right? So, first things first, I think, even though I don't listen to too much of this show, I luckily Kyle let me in on this as well. I don't know how much you talk about like the things that you like in this kind of way, right? The things that make you you.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like you tell more stories and stuff, but you know, like I think it would be great for your fans to find out like what is Mitch like to listen to? Like what made him him? What is his musical influence? Why does he make the music he likes? And I think that understanding like your personal music background would be really cool. If I was a fan, I would love to know, you know, like I want to know who my favorite bands listen to and what they think about their albums and what influenced them and stuff. And so I think hopefully for your fans, they might get something really nice out of this and kind of maybe some little Easter eggs and some cool stuff.
And I was actually thinking, whenever I was making this list, I was like, there's a lot of albums where like I love all the songs, but I got to think of some that like really had an impact on me.
Yes, and that's where I went as well.
Yeah.
And to break down the rules, excuse me, the top 3, they don't have to be in a specific order. They just have to be top 3.
Those are your top 3.
Those are the top 3. They can rotate however you want because I don't want to pigeonhole you into doing that. If you think you can do it, for sure. But yeah, the set 10 through 4, just whatever. But the top 3 have to be like if I was on a deserted island or if I could only have 3 albums for the rest of my life, this is what it is, right? And I think that would be really cool, man. I'm actually really excited.
I am too.
To hear what you'd have to say.
And whenever you told me to make this list, I actually had to put more thought into it than I thought I did. I remember you were telling me, you were like, it's actually a lot easier than I thought.
Well, I put down like a list of maybe 20 to 25 albums, and then I had to work through them. And then I even had to, today I switched one out before because I really had to sit with it. So it was, like you said, it was pretty difficult. And I switched out. I'll even tell you which one I switched out eventually as well.
All right.
But I thought it was easy because I was able to list a bunch, and then I was like, yeah, I think these are the top 10. But then I had to go back and really sift through it. And I even wrote down like why I think.
Oh, why?
Well, just
not wow. I meant to say wow, but
wow. Yeah,
I got too southern right there.
Well, my family, little Brian Kelly.
So happy here, my family.
But yeah, I thought it's just to remind me, so I get the points that I wanted to get across. Why?
All right, how should we do this? Should we both tell our lists or go one for one?
I would go one for one, dude. And,
all right, you're the guest. You start this off.
And I also want to start off with how many albums do you think we have that are the same? I think
3.
2. Okay. I'd say top 3, definitely 2.
Okay. We should start from the bottom up.
For
so
sure,
we get,
for sure.
We get to like
top
the
3
fucking,
at the end.
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
And Kyle, can you pull up maybe a little note or something to keep track of these? So maybe people watching can see every once in a while what that might be, so they can kind of pop in and be like, "Oh, this is their list." So
Yep.
you can reference. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, hell yeah, Kyle.
Yeah, this is my podcast now.
I'm just gonna put a penis on the screen the whole time.
Welcome to
It's just his penis.
welcome to Equations with EqualSum.
That sounds terrible.
I know. I'm working on the branding still.
Actually, today, class.
So I'm going to start off with one that I think we have the same. Let me make sure that's not in the top 10 or top 3. It is not. So I'm going to start off with Homesick by A Day to Remember. Oh my word. I thought that would have been, I thought that was in it to win it, dude. Oh shit. And that's why this is fun.
Yeah.
This is exactly why this is going to be fun, because I was almost certain that you were going to have Homesick in there.
All right, so I got to tell you, I was flip-flopping between 2 A Day to Remember albums.
Okay.
And it was almost Homesick, but I thought about the one that kind of impacted me most lyrically.
Okay.
And it was What Separates Me From You.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of hate that. So, cool. We'll both start with Day to Remember. Obviously, Homesick is, I know it's the most influential punk alt album of our generation.
That's true, but Welcome to Ocala was just like, that song's just like, this is where I came from. I was like, oh, come on, dude.
Absolutely. I mean, Sonic and Tails, like the whole, what is it? I reserve the right to be uncomfortable, reserve the right to be afraid. I make mistakes, and
I am humble every step of the way.
Yeah. I mean, want to be a better person, want to know the master plan, cast your stones, catch your judgment. You don't make me who I am. Brilliant. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I just think having, starting with Downfall of Us All and then ending with It Means a Lot to You.
What an album.
And right. Think about that. And then everything in between is just unskippable. And also the way that they basically constructed what modern like punk breakdowns are. It's iconic, right?
Yeah,
so
it is. It's like they really changed a whole generation of pop punk music after that.
So what made you go into If It Means a Lot to You? What separates me from you?
Just the lyrics of I just remember, like, I love Homesick, but the lyrics of What Separates Me From You just hit more home with me.
I dig it. I mean, Better Off This Way is one of my all-time favorites.
And then like, what's that? I fell asleep with the lights on.
And
I can see that you're the first one in a long time.
Oh man,
Had some faith in me.
Faith in me.
So good.
What-
Or is that on Homesick?
I think it is.
Oh, fuck
it is.
me.
It is. Yeah, absolutely it is.
Fuck
but
tits.
yeah, and then the other ones I'm thinking of are is Sonic and Tails common courtesy? It is. Man, we're getting this all fucked up already.
You'll be Tails, I'll be Sonic. Second sucks. Better Off This Way.
Okay, so You Be Tails, I'll Be Sonic is on.
It's complicated, so good too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I felt like those lyrics resonated with me more over time.
I dig it.
Yeah.
Cool. Fuck yeah.
All right. So I kind of already went because you went.
Well, then I'll let you. I'll still let you run this one.
I just want to say before you guys continue, so far it sounds like you guys put this list together 10 minutes ago.
I put it together 2 weeks ago and started. He did the.
I did put. I 100% did.
When I told him of this idea,
It took me 10 minutes, but I'd spent those 10 minutes really thinking.
yeah, which is like
A lot.
all of his computing power. He had to plug himself back into the wall to recharge before this. That's why he had to get the 2 terabytes.
All right. I have one that you might also have. Danger Days, My Chemical Romance.
No,
Damn,
this is gonna be fun. I actually don't have any My Chem.
Really? Wow.
No
So
My Chem.
Danger Days by My Chemical Romance.
Love it.
It's probably their least popular album.
It is.
And it is fucking up there for me,
Yeah,
man.
the only song that's in their top plays on Spotify is na 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 na.
Yeah.
na, 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 na.
And that song Summertime on there, I don't know why. It's year after year, it's like my most streamed song.
I love it. It should be, man. I think, and I already told you, Sing is my favorite My Chemical Romance song.
Yeah.
And it is on that album, and I think that's a brilliant album. And I kind of like the intro where it's kind of like this post-apocalyptic world, and it's like the radio station and stuff. They've always been really good with their themes. So I think it's a good album. It's a really good pick. Well, then let me go with another one that I think that we will both have. Oh man, if I get this wrong, we might only have one of the same
We
ones.
might not have any.
We might not have any, but this might be it. If there is one, it's going to be this one or another one. Sempiternal. There's no way that you're skipping Sempiternal.
I
dude.
almost put it in the list, but I didn't.
Bro, what? Okay, well, tell me before I go into why Sempiternal. What did you put in its place before I?
I can't say yet.
Okay,
but I almost,
before I choke you out, dude.
I almost had it in there.
Okay, so obviously it's one of the most iconic metal albums of all time.
Bring Me the Horizon, Sempiternal.
Yeah, Bring Me the Horizon, Sempiternal. I think it created a major shift within the metal scene as well. I think every metal album in that genre that came after them is all influenced by Sempiternal, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of. They spend a lot of time with not just like the songwriting, because the songwriting's a lot better than what they had, but the production behind it, right? There was a lot of synth work. You know what I mean? It's just like a lot of catchy melodies with synths and voice vocoders and voice choppings and stuff like that. Stuff we do in dubstep.
Yeah, it determined the next decade of metal. That album is what made the
We
next
wouldn't
decade.
have Bad Omens if it wasn't for
No.
Sempiternal.
And
Holy shit.
It's their magnum opus. You know, it is the greatest album that they put out. Hopefully, you know, they put out, and all their other stuff is brilliant as well. Like I love Amo, even though I know everybody dislikes it, but I think it is such a quintessential necessary metal album, and I think it is so influential to me at that time as well in my life, where I mean, you know, House of Wolves is just so, you know, I mean, Sleepwalking is such a heartfelt, like it's, you know, and it's Ollie finally sobering up, and you know, he's writing this album as his band hates him, like, and you can just feel this just grit behind it. It's so brilliant, and I don't know if I could live without it.
You know what? I wish I would have put it on my list after you explained it, but I did juggle with that one.
Okay, well then tell me what you put instead, Mr. I thought for 10 minutes.
I won't say instead, but you know, here's an album that you may have.
Okay.
See, Man on the Moon, Kid Cudi.
Let's go.
We got one.
We got one, baby.
Yeah.
Wait, Man on the Moon 1?
I had one.
Okay,
I
cool.
had one.
Cool.
And I juggle with it with one or two because they're both great.
I accept that because that is on mine as well. Cool. Fuck yeah. We'll dive in. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, it's just me as I was in high school when I saw Kid Cudi for the first time, I think. I wasn't a big rap fan. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't even know if you'd call it rap, but it's definitely in like the hip hop realm. Whatever. He does his own way. But I was a big metalhead, big rocker. Everything else was fucking gay. Mm-hmm. And then I listen to this. I say everything's gay, but like I have fucking My Chemical Romance on here. But
but I got Queen and Elton John.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's the straightest music ever. But
We Are the Champions is pretty fucking straight.
Dude, is pretty straight. But I just remember it fucking changing my life. That album literally changed my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you have for it?
I think it was same thing, right? I was in high school, right? And it was kind of the soundtrack to kind of end my high school journey because it was like junior year and senior year. It's kind of when I was starting to really kind of like stay out late, maybe sneak out the house and hang out at, you know, friends' homes and like, you know, we'd be at homies' places where their parents were a little bit more lax and we'd be out. I remember being in my friend Adam's backyard and lulling. It's like 2 a.m. We're just seniors in high school and we're just kind of smoking weed and just kind of like coming into ourselves and kind of like forming
That's
our.
kind of gay, dude.
That's gay.
It was. You know, he has passed. Rest in peace, guys. Rest in peace, Adam. I love you, buddy. Basically, you know, it was literally here we go. It was the soundtrack to my life, right?
Yeah.
It really was, right?
Yeah,
it was an album of discovery. It was the background to so many moments that I was starting to have as I was growing up. And it was a time in my life, like I said, we were staying out all night and we're having a good time, and it was just always on, and it was just us, and it was always like the end of the night album, and sometimes pre-party, but I just remember it being so communal, and we're just sitting around and just listening to it. Didn't we listen to it on the beach for my birthday too?
We did. We were fucked up.
Yeah,
Weren't
yeah.
we?
Yeah, we were. I'm not going to say on what, but we were fucked up. but it has that element, right?
Yeah.
It's that communal, like you're staring at the stars, and it's such a a brilliant thing to add to any moment at night, and it means so much to me.
Crystal meth's a hell of a drug.
Hell of a drug. That's what we would listen to. Yeah. You could say we had moon boots, if you will. We were men on the moon, if you say.
Straight up. I think that was our joke.
We were like, we got moon boots on as we're like sifting through the sand.
Yeah, dude, PCP's a hell of a drug.
It is.
All right, your
Cool.
turn.
I'll go.
What number is this?
You tell me, aren't you
Yeah,
typing this
yeah,
shit out,
dumbass.
brother?
No, that's in post, baby.
All right, so I got 1, 2.
Yeah, I think we did. I think
I've gotten 3.
Yeah.
I think you're on your 4th.
fourth. Cool. This might be one that we have together as well, which I'm hoping for. This is going to be the newest album out of all of them. So this is going to be as new, and you're shaking your head, and I think you know where I'm going with this. It's going to be Take Me Back to Eden.
No. I almost put it in there, dude.
Brother.
I couldn't put Sleep Token in there.
You couldn't?
I wanted to, but I was thinking about songs that like impacted my life, like growing up and how I
Okay.
am too.
So,
So I couldn't do it.
You couldn't? So
I
you were
couldn't.
stuck in the past.
I wanted to do it. Take Me Back to You, My Sleep Token. It is a perfect album.
It is, and I am rolling the dice on this by saying this, but I wanted to put this in there because I didn't want to stay in the past too much, and I wanted to give a chance to a modern album that I believe will grow into this.
Yeah, I think it will.
I think in 10 years, if you ask me about this album, I'm going to feel the same way about it, if not even more in depth, right?
Yeah.
And I have a very specific reason for it as well. And it's because it had been a while since an album had given me such a kind of like novel, visceral wow reaction, right? Because, you know, being in the music industry, all we do is listen to music and make music all day. And we can get kind of jaded, and we can kind of get stuck in our ways, and we can kind of get stuck in listening to the same albums or kind of just like following the same artists. And it's difficult to kind of find someone new. And this was the first time where I found, at least in maybe a decade, where I found a new artist. And
Like real new.
real new.
They broke the fucking formula.
Yeah, out of nowhere. And I was just, it reminded me of what it was like to find a new artist when I was 12.
Yeah.
Or 15.
Dang.
So that's where I came from. I was like, this is the first time I felt young again, right? This is the first time I felt like I was a kid discovering an artist for the first time.
Damn, that's a good reason, dude.
Right? And it was because it was just so like, oh my God, this is so brilliant. And so it brought me back to that kind of like, it brought me out of my jadedness, and it brought me back into like, oh, I love music. And there's still music coming out that can just floor me and make me just believe again.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Fucking great reasons. I thought about that one too. I will say these ones I did juggle with, but I was like, I can't put Sleep Token in there.
Okay. Well, you can.
They're my favorite band right now.
Listen, you can do anything you want, but you can do anything you set your mind to.
That is true, dude.
Yeah, there were no rules on here.
Okay.
But I would love to hear I love to hear like what you have instead.
Worlds, Porter Robinson.
Fuck yes, dude.
Do you have that too?
You want to know what? I almost had that in there. That was one of the ones that got kicked out because I had to choose at least one electronic album. And
Yeah.
I chose a different one, but go with Worlds.
So Worlds,
'cause I love
I
Worlds.
found Porter Robinson. The first time I saw Porter Robinson, first time I even heard of Porter Robinson was at BOO Fest when he did his Worlds tour. And I didn't know what the I think like Borgor or some shit was before him.
Yeah, it was.
So, and I was like rolling. I was like, dude, I'm ready. Just Porter Robinson, he's about to go hard.
Yeah.
That was my mindset. And I walked in there and heard and watched.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just a DJ set. It was
No.
a fucking
Yeah,
experience.
He had the pianos and the drum machines.
It was an experience. And I didn't know. So you grew up with like a lot of progressive house and a lot of like really melody driven electronic music. Like that's what you grew up with. And that is totally you. I didn't know emotion could be invoked through electronic music.
Cool.
Like that.
Cool.
I didn't know. It was like, it blew my fucking mind.
Yeah.
I had never seen a set like that. I didn't know you could do that with electronic music.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I just found it. I was like, yeah, dude, fucking turn up. Let's
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
get fucked up and go fucking listen to RL Grime.
Cool.
Like, so, but I saw it. It blew my fucking mind. Whenever people think of like their favorite electronic albums when they first start out, they're like, mostly everyone's Skrillex, and that's why they make dubstep.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Mine was Porter Robinson.
Brilliant.
I wanted to make that type of music so bad.
Yeah.
It's just not in me.
No,
Like,
it is. I mean, we've done a Porter cover, right?
Well, yeah,
We've
have-
not only done Porter cover, we've done a Porter remix.
Yeah,
right.
it's not out.
It's there, dude. It's there. You know, and I think that's a beautiful reason. And I mean, Worlds Live is just one of the greatest electronic shows ever created.
But you can go listen to that album and just not skip a fucking beat.
And to bring it back to Worlds Live is that was different than the album,
Yeah.
which is even more brilliant, right? So what you saw wasn't Fresh Static Snow. You go listen to Fresh Static Snow on the album,
And
you're
watch
like
the live edit, yeah.
and you're like, oh, that's not even the same fucking thing. That's, you know, like with the antler dude and everything, with the and that was like the first time I ever heard like mid tempo like that,
Yeah.
right?
I didn't know what mid tempo was, brother.
Right,
I only knew trap music. And like I was just finding dubstep. I was a big trap guy.
I can't even imagine seeing that for the first time after, because that's like halfway through this set, and you're like, "Oh, this is so pretty and magical," and then fucking
Bro, I was in tears.
and Fresh Stack Snow just drops, and it's this just distorted saw wave that's just the dirtiest shit ever.
Bro, I was by myself. All my friends fucking went to go see someone else, and I just could not leave.
Yeah, man.
Like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
You'll see creation.
And that was the last time I've seen Porter. I haven't seen Porter again since then.
Oh, brother, he's still brilliant. I love him to death. I don't know if he's gonna do Worlds ever again though. So hold on to that. And you know, I went and saw him at Red Rocks with his latest album.
Yeah,
and it was a lot of fun. He's on that kind of like pop, electronic
rock type of
rock
thing.
wave, which is really fun. And I love following Porter in his evolution. But there ain't nothing like Worlds Porter.
Yeah, World's pretty amazing. I mean, that's a damn near impossible album to follow up, right? Because it was like kind of the same with Sleep Token. He had broke a lot of fucking formulas.
Yeah. And then so many, you know, clones came after, right? And then everybody, because that was such an influential album, with kind of that mid-tempo, kind of future bass, arpeggiated, which still kind of lingers today in modern dubstep.
It's probably back even more in modern dubstep,
right?
Yeah.
But you know, those really intense arps on top of everything, that kind of came from Porter, right? On top of those beautiful sound waves and those soundscapes, right? And then we just had a wave of artists. I mean, even I would
Enzo.
Bro.
We wouldn't have. I don't know if we'd have Enzo without Porter Robinson.
There you go, right?
Holy shit.
I mean, you listen to, like, we're talking about the Say Something remix.
Yeah.
That's Porter Robinson. You know, like
Yeah.
that's what that's modeled after,
Yeah.
right? Or the Runaway remix. That's what that was modeled after, right? I was so influenced by that. So, you know, brilliant choice, good choice. And what I chose instead of that, which hope you forgive me, but this is my most influential electronic album, was 4 × 4 = 12 by Deadmau5.
Hell yeah. I figured you're going to have like a Deadmau5 on there.
I mean, he's the reason why I do what I do, right? It's my favorite electronic album ever. You know, Deadmau5 Voodoo 2010 was that first major introduction to the electronic scene. I was a junior or sophomore in high school, and I think it was junior that year. And it was just, you know, completely sober, Voodoo Fest, had no idea what was going on, and it just floored me, right? It's same thing. And, you know, you hear Strobe for the first time live, and you're just like, what in the fuck is going on? This is, like you said, with I didn't know I could feel that emotion, right? Through electronic music, and he plays the whole thing out, and it's just absolutely brilliant. And it's been like such a mainstay in my rotation forever. It's one of those albums where if I don't know what to put on, I'll put on 4 × 4 = 12 and everything's okay. And you can just let it go, and you need to study, you need to work, you need to do anything, you know, and then, you know, Raise Your Weapon comes on, and you're just like, this is a fucking killer. And Sophie Needs a Ladder. So it even has some dubstep in it, right? That halftime dubstep. And Sophie Needs a Ladder and Raise Your Weapon. And it's just, I know Strobe isn't on it, but they have, what is it? The Velt, right? And so he's a master with melody. Like, he's my favorite melody writer in electronic music of all time. He's nothing but a goat. So I had to put 4 × 4 = 12.
Fuck yeah, dude. All right. So I had to get I felt like I needed to put on there like a real fucking hip hop record.
Cool.
And this one's a deep cut, but this one was like, it's so good from start to finish. On Top of the World, 8-Ball and MJG.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Fucking On Top of the World, 8-Ball and MJG. It came out the year I was born.
Okay.
And dude, the production on it still is so crisp and great. you're like, dude, you don't even hear hip hop beats this good anymore. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And those guys can fucking spit.
Absolutely.
And I just remember my brother listening to it all the time, my older brother. And I used to think my brother was just like the coolest guy. I wanted to fucking just, impress my brother. So I would always listen to it. But I'm like, no, that shaped my sound palette for sure, was that album.
That's really cool.
It's really good.
Any like core memories that kind of comes from that, like listening with your brother?
No. One time I was DJing this black bar in Jackson, and people might be tripping when I say it's a black bar. You go to this bar, it's nothing but black people. The
Sounds like
DJ,
Jackson.
the DJ couldn't make it. He knew me. He invited me. I'm loading in. All these people are looking at me like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They're like, what the fuck is this? Is he our fucking DJ?
Yeah.
And the first song I played was Space Age Pimpin'. 8 Ball and MJG, and this fucking black guy
They
walks
knew what was
up.
up.
Dude, this black guy walks up to me, he goes, hey, and he fucking daps me up. I was like, this is the coolest moment.
We're in for a good night. We're in for a good
I
night.
was like, this is the coolest fucking.
I love it.
This is the best moment I've ever had.
There you go. I mean, that album came in clutch then, dude.
Did,
you won the crowd over immediately.
Bro, when I said I felt the animosity towards me when I walked in that place setting up my gear,
Makes sense.
They were like, what the fuck
are we in for?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I played 8 Ball and MJG, and they were like,
is this motherfucker going to play Toto all night? it's
I just played DJ Pressed Africa.
dude, right? It didn't even exist yet. He's like, so this is for all my Celine Dion lovers out there. We're gonna dive on in. Cool. I fuck with it. I would say my other hip hop album, but it is in my top 3, so I can't do that.
All right.
Let's do something unique that deals with my family member as well, right? I'm gonna throw it way back. I had to do this, and because I think it's important to acknowledge your roots and kind of the things that you kind of first listened to. So this is gonna be a major throwback. We're gonna go all the way to like 1972. It's gonna be "Who's Next" by The Who.
Hell yeah, your dad, man.
Yeah, my dad. This is for you, Dad. I love you to death, but this is my favorite classic rock album of all time. I think that it is something that does connect me to my father because he loves The Who. He's the one who showed that to me, and since that became like my favorite album, every time I listen to it, I instantly think of him, and it's a way that I can connect with him. I think that we're gonna go back to like album starts with and ends with, right? It starts with Baba O'Reilly, which is one of their best songs, and then it ends with Won't Get Fooled Again, right? And so like two of their most iconic songs of all time, like that start and finish, and then everything in between, like Bargain, things like that. Behind Blue Eyes, which Limp Bizkit covered, right? But Behind Blue Eyes right before Won't Get Fooled Again. I mean, just an iconic classic rock album. It brings me back to childhood every single time I listen to it. I love The Who, and so I couldn't leave something so formative to myself and my music and like growth, because I'm listening to that as a child, right? And so I don't know if I would have liked punk or rock or anything along those lines. I don't know if I would have liked the alternative music that we like without the base of having this. In knowing that I like music with guitars that have distortion on them and that have somebody screaming on top of it, because that's Won't Get Fooled Again, right? If you've seen a CSI episode, it's the right? And then, Keith Moon is one of the greatest drummers of all time. I mean, he's an instrument within himself, and anything with Keith Moon is just angelic, right? And so great songwriting, great percussion, Keith Moon's a metal drummer, basically.
Yeah.
He's on horse tranks and heroin and shit, right? So he's just fucking getting it the whole time.
Those old rock stars were living life.
Bro, Alice Cooper has a quote. I'm going to fucking butcher it, but basically.
I can look it up.
Yeah, the Alice Cooper quote about Keith Moon, and it's basically, to paraphrase, he's just like, 10% of the stories you hear about rock stars are probably true, but all of 90% of the ones you hear about Keith Moon are true, or something like that, right? And so he's like that fucking bonkers. He'll put anybody on the table. You got it?
Yeah, everything you've ever heard about Keith Moon is true, and you've only heard 10% of it.
That's what it is.
Hell yeah.
Right? And so like all those stories about him of just, and then you haven't even scratched the fucking surface. That boy's a mad lad. And honestly, I don't know how much you listen to his drumming or how much you listen to
I've listened to a lot of it.
It's
I actually, me and my old drum mentors did a good bit of studying on it. I thought about putting a classic rock, and I was sitting here looking at it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know which album, but I was like, man, I have so many Skynyrd songs,
I almost put Second Helping down.
Yeah, I almost put a Skinner album down just because I was like, I felt like I might need to go classic rock, but I didn't. And that's what I was just looking at. Right, I wasn't on my phone text, and I was just like, what fucking album? Because I remember struggling with it.
Yeah. It was between Who's Next and Second Helping.
I think I was gonna do Who's Next, but fucking yeah, great album too.
Yeah. It's brilliant, man.
Hell yeah. All right, so let's see which ones I've done. All right, I've got 2 left before I get in my top 3.
Cool. I think. Yeah, because I think I have one left.
And you might have this one too.
Okay.
Coming Home, Falling in Reverse.
No.
Damn.
But it's a great album.
It's a great album. I think it might be like my most listened to album ever since I got streaming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, from start to finish, the songs are incredible.
Yeah,
it's their least popular
album. I was
album.
gonna say, it sucks that he hates it so much.
He hates it because it's not popular.
Because he's a popular monster.
He's a popular monster. Yes. But he's an attention whore.
Yeah, he is.
And he doesn't shy from it. He's
Yeah.
like, yes, I am.
But it doesn't get a lot of streams. Each song has tens of millions of streams.
Yes, but they're not hitting like 100 million.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? He never had that one big hit from that album.
Yeah.
And every album he does has like 3 or 4 big hits.
And most of my favorite songs are off that album.
Yeah. So I love it. I felt like it was a risk because I felt like that was them maturing. We wouldn't have what they are today if it wasn't for that album.
Yes.
Because all their songs prior to that are like super like poppy, like rock, pop rock almost.
Tongue-in-cheek,
Yeah,
yeah.
tongue in cheek. They're like, yeah. I remember when he was starting the band, he said, I want it to be like Katy Perry met Under Oath.
Never heard that, but that's a big yikes.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
I'm glad it's not that
He
anymore.
wanted it to be like as catchy as like Katy Perry with
Yeah.
you know what I mean? He wanted it to be kind of like that, like
Okay.
poppy, but like was still hard as fuck.
Sure.
And that album, Coming Home, was them trying to mature, taking risks sonically, writing a little bit deeper songs. They're not so tongue-in-cheek. They're fucking real. You know what I'm saying? And I loved it. I still love it.
Cool. I dig it. Yeah, and the funny thing is my favorite song by them is a song that was supposed to be on the album but never made the album.
Because he said it wasn't good enough
It
for the
wasn't
album.
good enough, and it's my favorite song by them.
They've never played it live.
It's my favorite. And that's the only Falling in Reverse song that made me cry. Like, I'm like, can you please? Anyway, I think it's absolutely brilliant. So I'm on board with that one for sure. My last one before we hit into the top 3. This is the one that I switched most recently because I thought originally that I wanted to. I needed a pop album in there. I thought that was really important, and so I had Justin Bieber's Justice.
It's a great album.
It's an amazing album. It's my favorite pop album of all time. But there's some band that's more important to me than Justin Bieber's album, Justice, that I thought deserved to be in the spot more than just like, this is my favorite pop album, but this band I love more than all of Justin Bieber's work. And so we're going to do Enter Shikari, A Flash Flood of Color.
You love that fucking band.
I love Enter Shikari, and if you've never heard of them, that's okay. They're not the most, they're not the largest band out there. I mean, if you live in the UK, then you know who the fuck they are. But in the US, they haven't really translated too much, and that's because they're kind of like a Rage Against the Machine anti-establishment band, and so that's not going to really get the radio play, but that's one of the reasons I love them. But I think Flash Flood of Color, I think it's their 3rd studio album, and I think the same reason that where you kind of came up with, God, which one was it? Where you're like, this was the production. I think we just talked with Fawn.
Oh, it's Sempiternal.
Sempiternal, right? Yeah, right. And so like this is where I think where their production finally fit in to what they were trying to do, because they're basically a band with all my favorite things rolled into one, right? So they have electronic sections, they have rock opera sections, they have soft ballads, they have heavy metal breakdowns, they have punk, UK punk style. Their lyrics are all centered around, like fighting the power and becoming the best version of yourself. And like, it all has meaning behind it. There's nothing wasted in it. Nothing's really for candy, right? They don't write a pop album. They don't write a single for you to listen to. Everything has a message. Everything is intentional to kind of bring that back, right? And so that album, Flash Flood of Color, is when I feel like they finally hit their stride with their production, their storytelling, and their songwriting. And I think it really cemented them in my mind as like, this is their sound, this is this band, and this is just so iconic. The way that they are just so amoebus, you know, in their songwriting. And
That's not a word.
And it still works. It might be because there's an amoeba and there's isn't that what amoebus is?
Dude, if you made that word up, fuck yeah.
Please.
Because that's like...
If I made that word up,
I don't see amoebus.
Yeah,
I
dumbass.
Just see amoeba.
Anyway, it
Shit.
makes
Well,
sense,
that-
dude.
yeah,
You got me learnt, homie.
there you go. What is a way to describe an amoeba?
An amoeba, also spelled ameba, is a microscopic.
Ameba.
I know what an amoeba,
Ameba abuka.
is.
Damn it, dude.
But an amoeba is it's like a cell, like an organism that can change shapes, right?
No one's
microscopic organism is constantly changing its shape and moving by extending temporary finger-like projections called
Yes.
pseudophobia or false feet.
So what would you call
Pseudophobia.
an amoeba in the sense of like wood is wooden, right? So
Dude, I just had the most fire fucking football joke.
There
It's
you
gonna
go.
win over everybody's heads, dude. Someone is listening to this podcast that heard that ameba abuka.
Ameba abuka, that's funny because he can play any position on the field. He's very amoebus.
It's a wide receiver for the Buccaneers.
Help me out, Kyle.
What do you ask?
It doesn't matter.
It
dude.
doesn't matter.
Why is wood?
No. Like if something is like an amoeba, what would it be?
I don't even know what amoeba is, man. It don't say use another word. God damn it. You're talking about the album.
It does a lot of good things. It does a lot of things good.
Okay, right on.
Fuck
Sweet.
me. For to bring it down to your level,
You're over here making up words, trying
yeah.
to act all smart and shit.
So, good band do good things. Many things good.
Adaptable would be the
Bro, that's
word we're looking
Oh,
for,
then
dude.
give me a better name than adaptable.
Shut the
give me a
fuck up,
synonym for
dude.
adaptable.
Versatile.
Cool. I'll go
There
with
you
versatile.
go.
They're very
That's-
versatile.
Here's a good one for you.
Please.
Chameleonic.
Oh, chameleonic.
Yeah.
Bro, if he would have said that too, I would have been like,
You would have called that one
I
out.
might have called that
He
one
would have
out.
started bleeding from
But
his
he
ears.
said amoebius or
You
something.
know what? Actually, I
Amoebus.
think this might be what you meant. Malleable.
No, I did not mean
No,
that.
you didn't mean malleable? I
No,
mean,
because malleable it typically deals with like metals and stuff. I was thinking of like an organism.
Uh,
easy
Kyle's
to shape,
asshole.
mold, bend, fit.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, your ass is so amoebus, bro. It can bend and change shapes.
Hell yeah, dude. We're creating words here on
We
Talks
are.
with Taboo.
Hell yeah, we're out here getting learnt.
I mean, I've seen Mitch make up some words too, so it works out.
They
It
all,
works out.
everyone that listens to this podcast heard me made up some words for sure.
You want to just the rest of the podcast we just speak in words that don't exist.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Cool. Well, that's Enter Shikari Flash Flood of Color. Go check it out.
Dude, and I bought you this badass fucking jacket from them
did.
for Christmas, but then
That's such a bummer.
I had $1,000 worth of merchandise stolen off my fucking porch on Christmas.
Yeah.
Damn.
On Christmas.
Yeah. Porch Pirates came, and
Goddamn.
and
These porch pirates.
it's the way it goes, man. But I'm just glad I finally got to see him live after 15 years.
Well, I tried to do something nice for you, and after it got stolen, I was like, well, I tried, but homie.
he tried, man, but the thought doesn't count.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the classic excuse for
Yo,
somebody who
yo.
forgot to buy you a gift.
Yo,
Yeah.
fuck you. Your jacket got stolen.
Yeah, right.
I
He's
gave
like,
him a
yo,
tattoo.
Kyle, I bought you a car, dude, but it got stolen. So sorry, dude. But like, just know I bought you this car.
No,
It was
I
awesome.
had him a Taboo NASCAR jacket.
Yeah.
That shit got stolen. Anyway, all right, my last album before we get to our top three, it's keeping it in the same realm with
Okay.
the same guy at the front. Dying is your latest fashion.
Cool.
Escape
Okay.
the Fate.
I dig it.
That's
dig it.
that album. I think was like the first album that I don't think was given to me. You know what I'm
Cool.
saying? So like when you're younger, people are giving you albums and giving you CDs. This was one I actually sought out
Cool.
because I saw like a song that they had on MTV. It was Not Good Enough for the Truth and Cliche.
Is it Situations?
Yeah, the Situations is on that album too.
Is that not the album that you saw on MTV or the song that you saw?
No,
on
I
MTV?
saw Not Good Enough for the Truth and Cliche.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that was the song, and I was like, wow, this song's so good.
That's hilarious because you said the word "not," so I thought that it wasn't that.
No,
Yeah,
that-
I know.
I
That's
just
the name
remember
of the
seeing-
song.
I remember seeing that at MTV, and I made my not made, but I asked my brother many times to help me get that because I didn't know how to get music because I had an MP3 player and I just got it. I didn't know how to put music on there. What a time to be alive,
Right, dude?
Holy shit!
Wait, you didn't just put it under your pillow and the music fairy uploaded a new album for you?
but this was one where I was like,
Like you two did? I'm sorry.
and my brother was making. Yeah, that is fucked up.
Yeah.
That is fucked
You two
up.
was invasive, bro.
Yeah. Benjamin, never mind. I don't think you have to write that down. I didn't finish it. They can figure it out. But,
You were seeking out this album.
it's the first album I fucking soaked out, and I fucking
Soaked out.
I
New
soaked
words.
it.
We're doing it.
I soaked it out, brother.
Sound like a Mormon, dude.
Yeah. I was just soaking it out, and honestly, like I know every single word to fucking every single song. I've listened to it a million times. I mean, whenever I had this tiny little MP3 player, the only thing I had on there was Escape the Fate.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I had on there, and I loved it. I wasn't like, man, I gotta get some new music. I was just like, fucking hurtful words. Just like I was having so much fun with it. So that was like the first album.
Is Guillotine on that album?
It is.
Okay, fuck yeah.
Bro, so many fucking hits.
Is that song about Halo?
It is.
Yeah, it's
It
cool.
is.
It's so funny.
It's so good. I mean, every single song on the day the day I left the womb, that song, holy shit. But he is just a phenomenal singer. One of the most talented singers, I think.
I agree.
And he's really good at getting people riled up, and it's fucking perfect. I love watching it. I love it when people piss other people off.
I don't.
I do. I love that shit.
I'm all about peace and love, but that's the thing, right? That's what makes us such good friends.
Listen,
we balance each other out.
I'm all about peace and love too, but I'm also like telling
tell
about
it how
telling
it is.
people, to shut the fuck
You
up.
tell it how it is.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Absolutely.
I mean, Danny Mullen followed me on Instagram the other day, and I was like, hell yeah.
There you go.
I love his channel, dude.
I just sit in silence.
Hell yeah.
That's the way it goes.
All right, here.
Unless you get me drunk enough, they'll have some fun.
Hey, you actually, that's not true. You don't shut up.
You're right. I don't. That's on me. That's on. The fact that I've done this well on this podcast is, at least I think I've done well.
You're
I
great,
don't know.
dude. This has actually been fun.
This
Honestly, this list has been a lot more fun.
Wait,
than I
you
thought it
like
would be.
me?
The list is a wonderful idea.
Yeah.
Right?
This is very interesting to
There
me.
you go. You're welcome.
All right, top 3.
Okay, we're going top 3, and remember, this doesn't have to be in any order. I bet you can already guess one of them, and so I'll go with the one that I think that you already know. It's going to be "I Empire" by Angels and Airwaves.
Yeah, I knew that one was coming.
That was coming. That was coming indeed.
I mean, when you started EqualSum, you were like, I'm basically trying to be like Angels and Airwaves of dance music.
yeah, basically,
Yeah.
you know, absolutely. You know, it's one of the most influential bands in my life for sure. And hopefully they do a 20th anniversary tour for their first album. That would be amazing. That might be on the horizon. I've heard rumblings about it, but I've never seen them live. And if there's one band that I could see live, it'd be them for sure. My note is, it just makes me happy. But that's the truth, right? I think it can be as simple as that, is that this is an album that is this is such an ultimate pick-me-up for myself, right? This album has gotten me through so many hard times. I listen to Angels and Airwaves at least once a week for sure. But this is so meaningful for my growth as a human, for my stability in my mind. This album is such a bulwark for my health, that every song, no skips. It's so passionate about being happy and being loving and being inviting and being accepting, and I feel like it's an album that I feel like no matter who you are, where you come from, what you care about, any preference, like you can come under this umbrella of an album and feel love and feel loved. And I think that, especially in this world that we have now, where it is so divisive, and this album, I feel like, could bring everyone together. I don't know why, but it's so beautiful. And like Secret Crowds, right?
So good.
That's what I think of when I think of Secret Crowds. I think of every person from everywhere whatever belief system, no matter who you love, no matter who you are, you're part of this secret crowd that just rises up and gathers, right? And hear your voices sing back louder. If I had my own world, I'd fill it with love that's inside it. It's so perfect. And
everything's magic. It's like, do you ever feel like you're alone?
Right.
I can say that I have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It connects so deeply. I mean, Lifeline, things like that. It's we all make mistakes. Here's your lifeline.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. It's all about forgiveness and loving one another. And I think that it's timeless in that sense.
Also, like, they took a bit of a risk with, like, sonically. You know what I'm saying? They were a little bit ahead of their time.
Agreed.
I was listening to that album the other day, and you caught it.
Yeah,
You're
I did.
Like, what are you listening to right now?
I know by one note, right?
Yeah.
And you can say that they're almost taking a risk, but fun fact, I remember telling you this. My father, when I was playing this album as we were driving up to Breckenridge when my parents were in town and we were doing a little cabin trip. Obviously, I put it on whenever I'm in the mountains. I listen to it on my birthday every single year. Like, I like to start my birthday with it, right? I remember him tapping me on the shoulder. He just goes, "Andre, this is just like U2."
Honestly, it's like if Pink Floyd met
U2.
Yeah, U2.
Yeah, because
and Blink all together. You know what I mean?
Because you think like the Edge, right? The guitars for U2. That's his soundscape. It's these wide reverbs and echoes and delays, and these ethereal sounds, right? And so, it's just this beautiful stadium rock, and I would love to see it. It's just, I think no matter who you are, I think it's for every demographic, and I think everybody deserves to listen to it.
Hell yeah. Well, getting into my top 3, I'm going to keep it in the same realm with the same guy singing.
Knew it.
It is the self-titled album by Blink-182.
Oh, self-titled.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were going to go take off your pants and
No,
jacket.
it's the self-titled album.
Okay.
All day, every day.
Okay.
I love that fucking album. I've said this before on the podcast. Travis Barker's my hero.
Totally.
I've met most of my favorite artists, but I've never been like starstruck. If I met him, I don't know what the fuck I would say. I'd probably just like,
Can I suck your dick?
That would probably be like some stupid shit.
Yeah, right.
That I would say, like, dude, so nice to meet you. I'll fucking blow you.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I used to have a poster of the guy, not like in a
And
gay way.
listen, I wouldn't blame you, dude, because Travis Barker's that guy.
He is, man. And like fucking, growing up listening to Blink-182, I mean, goddamn, that album was that album is a little different than the past ones because a lot of them's like real punk rock, like a lot of fun. The self-titled album took a bit of a risk at that time.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the songs are a lot slower, a lot sadder,
Yeah,
a lot
of
more,
builds.
A lot of builds, they're a lot deeper than just like, I want to fuck a dog in the ass.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's a lot different than that. It's like you get me so down,
Yeah.
Feeling this whenever like you just read the lyrics, you're like, damn, that's fucking.
What is it? Is it Anastasia?
Yeah.
Anesthesia? Is that the
I
song
think it's
name?
Anastasia.
Something like that?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I love that song
Yeah.
on it as well.
So I love that album. I studied Travis Barker more than any other musician. I like idolize him, always have, not only as a drummer but as a producer. Like whenever he got into doing music production, whenever Blink split, I mean, just he himself brought back pop punk.
Totally.
He really did.
Yeah. By signing, like, especially getting MGK in it and everything.
Yeah, redoing Avril Lavigne,
he was pushing. He's still pushing, right? That band, The Paradox, that's been going viral and stuff. Like, I listen to some of their stuff and it's really good. He's got an ear for it for sure.
Yeah.
He's unstoppable, man. That's a really good call. I'm surprised it wasn't Take Off Your Pants and Jacket.
It's a great album.
That's my favorite Blink album.
I think that's my second favorite.
It's really funny how, like we mentioned to Lindsay, right? Our lives kind of center around Tom DeLonge, but just different versions of Tom.
Yeah, but really for me, but yes, you're not wrong. But Travis Barker
Travis.
is my goat.
Yeah, you kind of like you still kind of like them when homie from Alkaline Trio came in.
Yeah, I love them. I mean, the only time I've ever seen Blink-182 was whenever they had Matt, what's his last name, Sabaka or some shit like
Yeah, I
that.
think that's
Sabaca,
Alkaline.
whatever. But I've never seen Blink-182 live with Tom.
Yeah.
And that's like the biggest crime to humanity.
I've never seen Blink-182 in general.
I saw them in New Orleans.
There you go.
I had been living there for like 3 days.
Heck yeah. Well, I think I was gonna bring this up too. I know that they've been posting like pictures from like the Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. Like they've been posting the black with the black background with the circles with the different images on top of the circles, and there's a link to their website that says like put your name and your email. So I feel like Kyle, do you know what year Take Off Your Pants and Jacket came out?
Yeah, Cal, look that up. Blink-182.
Is it, if it's 2001, then that makes sense if it's the 25th anniversary. Because I feel like it's 2001. I might be right.
2001.
Look at me go.
They're about to do a
June 12th.
25th.
June
anniversary.
12th?
Yep.
That's why they're posting about it. Oh, they're about to do something for their 25th. I don't know if it's a tour. It's probably not, but they might be releasing some albums, maybe a new.
They'll probably do a tour.
They might.
Yeah, they'll probably do a tour.
Dude, they do a Take Off Your Pants and Jacket tour.
Yeah, I'd love to go.
We're in it to win it for sure.
Yep. All right, your turn.
Okay, we're gonna do
Asthenia, by the way.
Asthenia. Thank you. I knew it wasn't Anastasia. It was something like
Hey,
that.
Kyle.
Nice. Nice. I love it. So I'm trying to decide which one I want to end on. You know what? I know which one I'm going to end on. So my second one, before I end on it, so this is my second to last one, is going to be Cushion OJ by Wiz Khalifa.
I figured that one was
That's
on
my
there.
second hip hop album. It is, as I post, I base my entire outlook on life off this album. So like this is, I always describe, like, if you could say, Andre, like, what do you base your lens of the world through, right? It's pretty much like Cushion OJ. It's my teacher. It was the life lessons I needed at that age, and it's still life lessons that I need today, right? It's just, it's basically, you can boil it down to just like, be a boss and like love your friends and family. You know, it's kind of just like that, but like, do cool things with your friends, you know, don't stress over nothing, like, enjoy yourself, you know, smoke some weed, you know, support your friends and what they're doing, right? Because a boss rises everyone up with them. So just like, it's such a brilliant, kind of framework to enter and to live your life through. It is the most influential album personally in how I view myself and how I view the world. And although like I can be very self-deprecating and be very down on myself, and I love my little emo stuff, I feel like I ultimately lean into Cushion OJ as like, this is what I aspire to be. This is who I want to become. I want to be like this.
I get that, dude. That hip hop on top of the world, 8-Ball and MJG. When I listen to it, I'm like, dude, that's totally me, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wish that was me, dude. These guys fucking rule.
Well, Wiz Khalifa is my most listened to artist of all time.
Yeah.
I have over 10,000 minutes with Wiz Khalifa, right? So Wiz, if you're listening to this, dude, TGOD, baby.
Oh, actually, he's a big fan of the Talks with Taboo.
He is, yeah.
he tunes in
So
all the
if
time.
you love Wiz Khalifa, be like Wiz Khalifa and listen to Talks with Taboo. Please don't sue me. But it's just,
I won't see you, dude.
not you, but Wiz, man.
Why would he see you? He fucking loves this show.
That's fair.
Fucking loves this show, dude.
He does. You're right.
Why the fuck would he sue me?
You're
or
right.
you? He loves this show.
And he loves me. He actually, I don't know if you saw the tweet in the
now
Instagram
you're
story.
just making up shit.
He said, listen to EqualSum. He loves Cushion OJ. But yeah, it's enough said. If you've never listened to Cushion OJ, listen to it start to finish. It is, I mean, it's been my wake and bake album. It's a brilliant way to live life, I think.
Hell yeah. All right. Getting to my number 2. And because I'm saving my number 1. I know it's number 1.
I feel like mine's number 1 as well. It could switch into Cushion OJ, but I feel like there's a better reason why my number 1's my number 1.
I know my number 1 is my number 1, and it's not even a question.
Okay.
So my number 2 is Welcome to the Black Parade.
Okay.
My Chemical Romance.
I dig it. So you have two.
I got 2 My Chemical Romance, and I got 2 Ronnie Radkes.
You
as
do,
well,
yeah, absolutely.
And
I got 2 phones.
Plug and one. No.
Oh, number 1 has to be Kevin Gates for him. I knew it.
Damn it. No, it's not. It's not. Welcome to the Black Parade. I remember hearing that song, finding that song. We had this one kid in my neighborhood that actually his parents had money. And so he had a Razor right when it came out. And I found Welcome to the Black Parade, the song, from this motherfucker's ringtone on his Razor. My mind's blown because I've never seen a phone like that. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
It's crazy that that's what he thinks wealth is a kid with a Razor phone.
Bro, in my neighborhood, absolutely. And mine, dude, we had this one kid. He was the only one with a phone, and also, no phones were that nice.
You're right. You're right.
No phones were that nice.
Ever.
You never saw
Razor
one.
was peak humanity.
Bro, it was at that time. And I remember he had ringtones, brother. And the ringtone on there was Welcome to the Black Parade. I'm like, what is this? So I remember, like, calling him while I was with him just so I could hear the fucking song.
Totally. That's funny. I actually really like that. You're calling him
Off my house phone. We had a house line.
Oh, gotcha. And homie's just like, who keeps on fucking
I said, dude,
calling
don't pick up.
me, dude?
Don't pick up.
He
He's
said,
like,
don't pick up, brother. I can't afford the album. I got to fucking.
I didn't know where to find
Yeah,
music, dude.
he's like, can you at least let it ring until it hits teenagers?
Dude, whenever I was that young, the only place I could find music was on the radio, MTV, or my brother or my dad giving me albums.
Nice, I dig it. And sometimes it was pornography, so.
I found my brother's pornography. We found it.
did,
Yeah.
yeah.
Looking
that's
for the
true,
Black
yeah.
Parade.
It's actually called the Black Parade.
Oh, fuck. I hate how accurate that joke is.
Dude, no joke. It was called like Big Black Bitches or some shit.
Big black asses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And he's a father now. Oh no.
I wish that was my dad.
But anyway, the fucking dude.
Oh man, how are we going to go to the show now?
I know. I'm going. We're going to see
We
them.
are.
I
We're
got you.
gonna
That
go
was,
see
that was your
him.
Christmas present.
was indeed.
I didn't realize how fucking far away it was. What a shitty Christmas present.
Yeah.
But whenever it happens, you're like, this was a dope Christmas present.
Yeah.
I've never seen them live.
Nor have
I've
I.
never
Well,
had
actually,
the
no. I
chance.
saw them at Voodoo. I saw them.
I
once
never
at
had
Voodoo.
the chance to see them. I had tickets to go see them in 2020 whenever they announced their reunion tour. I bought a ticket for the Houston show. I was gonna fly there solo and fly back that night, and then COVID happened. So love My Chemical Romance.
Well,
Welcome to
bro,
Black Parade.
you're gonna be welcomed into the Black Parade.
I am, dude.
soon.
Yeah.
Get ready.
Yeah, Wakanda forever, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go. Before we continue, I got to pee so bad.
Dude, do it. Do it.
And we are back.
We are indeed.
Hour and 45 in, dude. We had to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Drinking cold beer. All right.
We've been rocking it.
So, Kyle had a great idea.
I
Kyle,
had a
you
great
want
idea.
to explain it?
Yeah, so I want you guys to guess each other's number one album. And so since EqualSum is about to go right now.
Cool.
I want you, Mitch, TVBOO, to guess what EqualSum's number one album
And this is, I want you to actually think more than 10 minutes about it.
Is it Kanye West?
It is not Kanye West.
I thought
No,
that
no.
could be
This
up there.
is this.
Because I would have guessed I Empire. That would have been the one.
That would have been the one. And
Is this a band?
it is definitely a band. I'm trying.
That's two questions. I'll give you one more question.
Okay, it is not Ye, and Ye hasn't made the list. As much as I love his music, he has not made the list because all these other albums. Because I had two hip hop albums and I couldn't fit a third. And this album is it's my number one album, right? And so think about maybe a band that I haven't talked about yet that maybe is a little obscure nowadays. Okay, so maybe they're not as popular, but they have an insane cult following.
Attila?
No.
Damn.
No, this would be they haven't released an album in years.
Just tell me. I'm not going to guess, I don't think.
Oh, I'll give you three more guesses.
Okay, all right. Give me two more hints.
Two more hints. Okay. I'm trying to think.
The first one is that it's a band.
Yeah,
It
it's
is-
a band,
okay,
and
so-
they have a cult following. They haven't put an album out in years.
In years. Okay, cool. So they one of their band members was the person who made their music videos, and he also worked in Hollywood as a prop master. And they used props for their early music videos. And
It's not Ice Nine Kills.
no, you're thinking so modern. You're thinking you got to go a little less.
So it's
modern.
old. An older band.
In a sense, yes.
Black Sabbath?
You're going so far.
Just tell me. I don't think I'm going to get it, brother.
Okay, cool. I dig it. Once I say it, you're going to be like, motherfuck. My number one most favorite album of all time, my most important album to me, is Tool Enema.
Damn. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have guessed that. Damn. Because I've heard you talk about Tool more, but I've heard you talk about Angels and Airwaves. And
Listen, I thought we were fucking friends, dude. This
No.
podcast is over.
You've talked more about Angels and Airwaves and
For sure.
and fucking Wiz.
For sure.
If you'd have, in the beginning of it, if you'd have made me guess your number one, I would have guessed I Empire. And if I didn't guess that one, I would have guessed Kush and OJ.
Kush and AJ. So he's got me, and I know that for sure. And this is a little obscure, but there's a reason. I don't talk about Tool that much. You're 100% right. But Tool is my favorite band of all time. And I chose this for a specific reason, right? Number one, I think it's the two best opening tracks of an album, a metal album of all time, which is like Stankfist into Eulogy, which is crazy. And then this was the first time, though, when I heard this album, although somebody gave it to me, I was a kid. I was probably like 10 or 11. This was way too early to hear this album, but this is the first time that I felt that I got to choose my musical identity.
Hell yeah.
So this was the first time where this album, I decided I like this music because it makes me feel something, as opposed to being, this is on the radio, so I need to listen to it. Or somebody gave me this album or bought me this album and said, hey, I need to listen to this, and like, because it's popular or something like that. So this was the first time I had ever broken away from the mainstream, right? And got to say, this is different. And I like this. I like this different, right? This is the first time I even wrote down, I came online for the first time and was
That's fucking weird, dude,
you know what
as
I
a
mean?
child.
But ooh, you know, my brain flicked on, right?
Did that whenever both y'all's heads. Fuck both of you guys.
You know, I came online for the first time. That was a little bit after. And actually the first time I ever watched porn was on a travel DVD player.
Same.
But this is the kicker, right? Is I didn't have a DVD. Is I had some kid who was like 2 grades ahead of me fucking burned me a USB drive of these like porn preview movies. So it was like 3 minutes long. It showed the preview of all the scenes and everything, right?
That's all you need.
And yeah, that's all I needed for sure.
It's 2 minutes more than I need.
Bro, and I would just plug that in and watch it on a DVD play. It was the trippiest shit ever. And I can still see that. I can still see those in my mind. They were seared because some of them were pretty intense. Like it was. I really don't want to go into it on this podcast. It was. I got shown some shit that should not be the first
shown
time.
the Black Parade.
No. I got I saw someone that had both breasts and a penis.
Whoa, hell yeah.
Having sex.
Winning.
Hey, you know,
Winning,
that
dude.
was like some of my first porn that I watched. That was
That's
part of
crazy.
it. That wasn't
That's the first one.
That was part of it. It wasn't the only one, but it was involved on the USB drive. So fun fact there. That was that's what I was. And guess what? Still jacked off to it.
I know when you do, it's really confusing when you're
Yeah,
jerking
you don't
off,
know what's
because
going
I've
on,
been there,
dude.
dude. I've been there.
Dude, there's
and you're
different holes for everything. I don't know what's going on here. I'm just trying to figure myself out.
trying to figure myself out.
I was trying to finger myself out. You know
That's
what
what I
I'm
said.
saying?
All right, so yeah, thanks for reading the joke.
You're
But anyway,
welcome.
so you got to guess mine now.
Yeah, well, I didn't finish
Okay, go
my
ahead, go
love
ahead.
for this.
You
for
get
this.
on to jerking
Which-
off with chicks with dicks.
Which honestly, now that we're talking about the album name Enema is even more apt now as well. Because we're flushing booty holes with this album, which is what an enema is. So I came online for the first time, right? And I was introduced to something, and it basically shaped. Like, I don't know if I would have liked all these other albums or this alternative style of music the same way if I didn't have this album introduced to me. And it's even sadder because the person who gave it to me was a camp counselor. And I remember getting this album. We were on a camping trip to Tennessee to do some whitewater rafting on the Ocoee. And he gave me this album. And he even said, he's like, don't tell your parents I gave you this album.
That's not good when a camp counselor in the Boy Scouts is telling you that, dude.
It wasn't the Boy Scouts. It wasn't the Boy Scouts.
I know you're in the Boy Scouts, but
I was in the Boy Scouts, but this was a different camp. But he took a. God, I'm gonna say he took a liking to me.
He took a liking to me. He said, "Don't tell your parents."
Yeah.
I came on the internet for the first time.
Right. Yeah. And no, different dude. Different dude, totally different. But we all went to the same high school though. Crazy enough. Go Jesuit, go Jays. But he showed me this album. He's like, this album, you know, it's parental advisory, it says a lot of things and stuff, and you're still a little young, so I don't want to get in trouble, because he was an older teen at the time. And I listened to that album because I brought a bunch of CDs in my CD box, my CD player, right, my Walkman. I brought my whole CD chest basically, and that was the only album I listened to for 4 days straight.
Hell yeah.
And I remember just going to sleep, just staring at the ceiling in this cabin, and just like I can still hear Enema for the first time, and just like the hey intro, and just like it was the first time, like I said, that my brain sparked into something like, I get to decide that I like something that's not popular and not on the radio. And it was just so monumental. It's probably the most influential album when it comes to me forming my identity as a person.
Hell yeah.
So
Great story.
Enema
dude.
by Tool.
Hell yeah. And great segues too.
Yes, indeed.
All right. I don't know if you're gonna guess mine.
Okay. Give me a second.
You do get 3 questions.
I get
And you
three
get
questions.
3 questions and 3 hints.
3 questions and 3 hints. I dig it. Okay, so is it a band?
Yes.
Okay, is it a band? Is it 2000 to now?
Yes.
Okay. And is it have we seen this band together?
Yes.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay, cool. Okay.
Yes, we have.
Okay. So now I get 3 hints.
Okay. Very, very big in the pop punk world. Like real pop punk.
Okay.
It's more, yeah. Kind of some sad boy shit a lot of times.
Sad boy shit and pop punk.
Singer has a very, very prominent voice.
Oh, very prominent voice. Singer, pop punk world. Oh, I know this. I don't want to say the wrong one because it has the same word. It's not. It's Story So Far?
It is the Story So Far.
Okay, cool. Story So Far.
You won't guess the album name.
No, but is it the one that has Nerve on it?
No.
You still come on.
It's not the album.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
It was the album before that.
Is it the one with like, it kind of looks like a Picasso painting?
I don't know what the artwork looks like, but
Yeah, so
Mine-
much
Go
for
ahead and
favorite
drop
album.
it on us. Drop it on us.
my number 1 album of all time is Under Soil and Dirt by The Story So Far.
Hell yeah.
That album, you have a lot of people who are like, music saved me. This music helped me, blah, blah, blah. This music actually did.
Cool.
This music helped me through a very hard time in my young fucking young teenage life. I'm just fucking all hormoned up and heartbroken and not knowing what the fuck to do with my life. And I'm just sad and I don't know what the fuck to do. Don't know where to go. This album helped me through it, dude.
Heck yeah.
This album literally fucking, I want to say saved my life because I wasn't like suicidal or anything, but I was like definitely struggling. And the album fucking, it was nice to fucking hear somebody else that was dealing with a lot of the same things I was and being like a fucking man about it.
Cool.
You know what I mean? So,
What's your favorite song off the album?
Probably Daughters.
Cool.
Because I had this bitch break my fucking heart. It's the only time I've had my heart broken, dude. Fucking, I'll take it.
There you go.
But
You can't call yourself a man if you never had your heart broken.
I had my heart broken. That shit, dude. It took me. I mean, I found music production because of it. I picked up Ableton because of it.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't know where the fuck I was. I was so lost. But there was this one line in Daughters, and it fucking stuck with me. And every time he sang it, it felt so good. The line is, "And to think that you're somebody's daughter."
That's real. That's real.
Because it's just like the whole song's like you're being a fucking whore.
Yeah.
When you could just be like, we could just be being happy, but
Yeah.
you don't know how to be happy. You're
Yeah.
with all these other people. You're just fucking throwing around town. You're a fucking whore.
And you're not even recognizing that.
That it's problematic too.
Yeah, you're someone's daughter.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and so the one line, and I remember at Warped Tour, they played Daughters, and I was crowd surfing,
Fuck yeah.
and it got to that exact moment.
And you got up there.
And Parker threw me the microphone
Hell yeah.
as I'm crowd surfing, and I catch the motherfucker.
Fuck yeah.
And I get to scream it, "And to think that you're somebody's daughter."
Hell yeah.
What a fucking
What a time,
story,
what a time,
dude.
what a time.
That meant the world to me, man. That meant the world to me.
I know that feeling 100% because I've told you this story and it goes back to one of the bands that we're talking about, A Day to Remember, right?
Yeah.
They were on their homesick tour. And I was front row for A Day to Remember at the House of Blues, and they were doing, it's not on Homesick, but they're doing Plot to Bomb the Panhandle. And Jeremy noticed me, and I remember him grabbing the back of my head and pulling me into the mic, and I got to scream the line, "Everything you are disgusts me." And it's just, and when that happens, that lights such a fire in your body that translates. Like, I still cite that as like, I want to do this forever. Like, I want to make that for somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, I want someone to tell that story about a moment between me and them. Like, yo, I was at an EqualSum show, right? And, you know, my favorite song came on and we had this interaction, and now I want to do that for somebody else and like continue that. So I think that's a really beautiful moment.
What was so cool about that moment with Store So Far is like that I was already kind of over my shit, but I went to go see them, and that got to happen.
Yeah.
That exact moment, bro.
Yeah.
And that was my favorite moment from the album, even before that happened. And that just happening was just fucking so cool.
Yeah, dude.
So Under Soil and Dirt, every single song on that. There's this song, I forget, what is it? It's 4 years, something like that. It's about going to college. And I just remember I was at a point in my life where I was like, am I going to college or am I going to go try to do this music thing?
Yeah.
And
I was going to say, how can you connect with that?
I mean, they just have this one line. I just remember it takes 4 years away from your friends to all forget the amount time you spent. Something like that.
yeah.
And I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I gotta go make new friends.
Well, and that's real, man. You know, those high school friends, and I mean, even after leaving college, you know, everybody kind of goes upon their own way, you know, and so, man, I'm gonna have to go through that album then. I'm gonna have to go through it.
It's my favorite album of all time.
I'm surprised. How about this? This is a really good question. Because I have a band that I'm surprised you didn't have on. So maybe you can do the same for me. I'm surprised you didn't have a Ghost Inside album on.
They almost were on there.
Okay.
They were actually have an honorable mention right
Cool,
here, and
cool.
I have two bands as an honorable mention, and the Ghost Inside Returners is on it.
Cool.
And the other album that's on it, and you probably wouldn't guess it, Away from the Sun, Three Doors Down.
Cool.
That was the first CD I ever had.
I dig it.
Amazing. It's still every single song on that album is so good.
Heck yeah. I deleted my honorable mentions that were on there, but I think some of the ones that probably could have like kind of come up was maybe like Color Map of the Sun by Pretty Lights, or obviously Justin Bieber. We already talked about that. Like, that could have made it. That was really close. Had a Rage album that was kind of coming close to it, and then like Constellations by August Burns Red. So there's a lot that are like coming up to kind of like to get there, but you know, we have to make 10. 10's a number.
I'm honestly surprised you didn't have. You said make the suggestion or a guess. I thought you'd have Worlds on there too.
Really?
I thought you were gonna have Worlds.
And that was really difficult for me because I had to choose between Dead Mouse and Porter. Like, because I was like, I can only have one electronic album. There's no rules, but I wanted to get to everything, and I thought that, you know, let me just hone in on a specific electronic album.
And if I had to guess a band, I'd probably say Neck Deep.
Ooh,
I'm surprised you didn't have that.
I had Life's Not Out to Get You as an honorable mention.
Hell
as
yeah.
well, which is cool because Story So Far and Neck Deep just went on a tour together, so it makes a lot of sense. Did they play Daughters when they were at Red Rocks? Do you remember?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Well, speaking of Justin Bieber and coming up, I'm hard, fellas. That was a great list.
That was a
Yeah,
great
that
list.
was a great idea.
There we go.
That was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be.
Hell yeah.
It took a lot more time than I thought it was going to, which is a good thing.
Which is a great thing.
Yeah, I
Well,
thought.
you know, they got to learn about you, man. I think that's really
Yeah.
important, you know?
Honestly, I feel like I got to learn about myself again.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I loved hearing it, you know, and I liked, because I kind of already know your taste, but I liked I like to hear your reasoning. You know, it was really cool
Yeah.
to listen to like why you like certain things.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy going back down memory lane, being like, yo, I didn't know where to find music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I had to like go out of my way to find this because I
Totally.
didn't know how to get music yet.
Yeah.
I was just a fucking like 10 or like, I was like 11, 12. I didn't know.
Well, even like you mentioned, like people had to give you this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, who's next? My father had to give me that information, right? Enema, my friend Malcolm had to give me that information, right? So a lot of these things were not just word of mouth, but like a physical transaction between people, right? To where like you can't just send a link and that's easier. You pull up, you know, on Instagram or something. Like these were things that, you know, you lucked out into. Like that, you know, your brother didn't have to introduce you to these things.
He didn't. I mean, the only thing he introduced me to on that list, I'll say there was two. It was 8 Ball and MJG and Blink 182.
But you know what I mean, right? It's almost a stroke of luck that these came into your life when they did.
Yeah,
they never had to.
Now they're my favorite things in the world, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't live without these albums.
I dig it.
But Under Soil and Dirt, man, I'll go listen to it probably twice a year.
Cool.
I'll turn it on. It's
Cool.
not all the time, but every time I listen to it, man, it brings me so back. It makes me feel so good. The production and it's very raw. You know what I'm saying? It's very pop punk of a production from a production standpoint.
I kind of like how you said you only go to it once or twice a year, because that's the same thing for me with Enema, right? Is I kind of maybe listen to it maybe only once a year, because and then when you listen to it, it's just the most refreshing thing ever, right? But with Cushion OJ,
you listen to it all the time.
And I Empire all the time,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, for some reason our number ones, it's like we allow them to sit and kind of age a little bit, and it's nice to allow us to like forget. And then you turn it back on and you're just like, oh yeah, this is how it goes. This is so nice.
I will say, you had a great question when you had the hints. You were like, have we seen this band together? I was like, oh, he's going to get it now.
Yeah.
That's
Once,
a good one.
Once you said that, I was like, here we go. Let's lock it in.
He's going to get it now. But fuck yeah, dude, this was awesome.
That's what I'm fucking saying,
This was
boy.
awesome. We don't have fan questions, but Kyle, I didn't put it out there.
I know you didn't put it out there. And honestly, people would have been like, who the fuck is this?
Well, we didn't need to, honestly. We probably did 2 hours.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
And,
Literally 2 hours and right now 6 minutes without cuts.
yeah, and this is my coming out party, really. You know,
He is gay.
it's Pride Month. You know, we're coming out, and you know, I am EqualSum. This is kind of like a little bit more of this is my first kind of press thing, you know, and so, you know, you don't have to do this, and I appreciate that you did. You know, hopefully we don't have to wait another 5 years. You know?
No, we'll do one tomorrow.
I think. Well, you know, like if,
We'll make a top 10 least favorite albums.
well, I think that would be really fun. I think, you know, guys like, you know, fans of TVBOO, you know, you might even already know me already. Some may.
I mean, we have people who have been listening to the podcast since the very first episode.
For sure.
So people listening, seeing you or hearing you are like, oh shit, he has a new project.
Hell
There's
yeah,
also
man.
a chance that people know you without realizing that they know who
Totally.
you are.
Yeah,
You know
so
what I mean?
there's a high chance of that, yeah.
Yeah, and
Because I've brought you on the road many places.
absolutely,
Yeah.
man. What a blessing. What a blessing that is. And it's you know, it's cool. And if the fans, if y'all liked what we just did with this top 10 list, you know,
Give us yours in the comments, dude.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, I was
That'd
gonna
be
say
awesome.
I do
Yeah.
want to mention that at least top 3.
That'd
Give
be
us your
great.
top 3
Yeah,
albums
jump
in
in.
the
And,
comments.
and if you have any, if your favorite albums, like if any of ours are your favorites, dude, let us know. That's fucking
holla.
awesome.
yeah.
Let's connect. Let's have a good time. Let's talk about it. And, you know, we'll do another top 10 of something else, right? Like, you know, our top 10 favorite pornos, stuff like that.
Top 10 favorite races.
Yeah.
While you guys were talking, I did write down one of the questions was what was your first exposure to porn? That's not the question I'm gonna ask.
That wasn't, no.
That is what I wrote down.
I can tell you though, my first my first introduction to pornography was actually an accident. It was upstairs. I know you don't know what that is, but upstairs, and when I was growing up, we had.
Fuck you, dude. We never had upstairs.
I know I'm being a dick. I'm actually really nice. We had a guest room.
Easy there, Mr. Private School.
Yeah,
Shut
you're
the
right.
fuck up.
We had a guest room, and there was a cable box attached to the guest room. And before my parents figured out that we were going in there at night and kind of watching cable and just watching TV, I went in there late night. I was probably like 8 or 9 or something, and just kind of scrolling through the channels, and it came up on like a Skinamax kind of thing, and I watched
Hell
it.
yeah.
Dude, I remember that erection. It was crazy.
Dude, I remember. I remember. One
I had no
time-
idea what the fuck was going on. That was like the first time I was like, the fuck is this shit, dude?
Yeah, and you didn't know, so you and your buddies would jerk off in front of each other. Cause
I didn't even know what jerking off was, bro.
Well, the thing is, when you first
was just
find
hard,
it,
dude.
y'all jerked off around each other because you didn't know you weren't supposed to do that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I didn't even know that I had to jerk off. I was just like, this feels weird.
Oh, dude, I knew I needed to jerk off.
There you go.
Dude, I remember my first time watching like Skinamax.
Yeah.
It was me and my buddy Jacob. We were watching that shit. And my parents were gone, and my sister was in the room, and we're watching this, and I hear her coming. And
Who?
My sister. She's
Oh, not the person on the television?
No, my sister. and she's coming into the other room, and so we changed the channel.
Yeah.
We just change it up or something like that. And she grabs the remote and she hits previous. she goes, "What are you watching?" And I look at her. I said, "What are you watching?"
What'd you put on? You need to get right with the Lord, Faith. What's going on here?
I remember that so well. What are you watching?
Iconic.
And I just remember my boy Jacob laughing so hard. What a great time, dude.
Ah, man. So also drop your first pornography experience in the comments.
Don't do that. This episode might get flagged.
Yeah,
in the
please don't do
comments.
that. You're right. My bad.
Well, the only way to send this off, Kyle, do you have anything you want to ask Mr. and
Mr.
EqualSum?
EqualSum.
Yes, without referencing porn, what is one thing in your life that you feel truly makes you who you are today?
That's a really great question.
That's a fantastic question.
If there's one thing that truly makes me who I am today,
I can answer it while you think on it.
I love that.
Hunting.
Okay.
Hunting.
Okay.
I'm not kidding, dude. I love it. I wouldn't be the man I am today if it wasn't for hunting.
I dig it.
Straight up.
I dig it. I was gonna say something similar. I was gonna say the outdoors, but what I really think the real answer is who makes me who I am today. It's the continued love and affection of my friends and family. I think without that, I would not be, right? And as much as we like to think of ourselves as our own people, we are nothing without our community. We are nothing without the people who uplift us and keep us on the straight and narrow and pick us up when we fall. And so I think that in my faith. So those two things kind of intertwine with one another. And I think those are the most important things that make me who I am.
Hell yeah.
Great note to end it on.
Well,
Fantastic.
Dre,
answer.
this is a great podcast.
Mitch,
It's a fantastic podcast.
Mitch, I love you so much.
I love you too,
with
buddy.
all my heart and
You're my
soul.
best friend.
You are my best friend. You want to hear something really cool? I went back and watched the intro or the kind of like trailer you had for our first podcast number 14 or 16. It's one of those two. And there's a part where you said the same thing. You're like, man, I think you're my best friend, dude. And I looked at you and I said, I can see myself living with you forever. And you just were like, yeah. And like, you know, it's I don't know if I tell you enough. I think I put a good effort in. But man, you know, I'm just so proud of you. I'm so proud of the person that I've gotten to watch you become. I'm so grateful for your influence in my life and the lessons that you've taught me, the support that you give me. And, I wish nothing but the best for you and the greatest success in your life.
Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss.
Gay.
Pride Month,
Pride
bitch.
Month, baby.
We can do that.
I love you too.
I love you, buddy.
I love you so much, bro.
We out here.
God damn it, I love you. For real, this was a great podcast. This is our best one yet, I feel like.
Hell yeah, dude. I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. We should have worn Saints gear, but it is what it is.
It's what it is. It's not football season.
No,
It's a coming though.
Who that? Who that? Say go beat them
USA! USA! Oh, dude, I got to fucking say that to some guy on Arc Raiders yesterday. It felt so good. He was talking shit about America, and we fucking killed him before we knocked him out. We were all just USA. We were pieces of shit. I love it.
There we go.
Anyway, I love you. I love you,
too, man.
Kyle.
Love you, buddy.
Like, Kyle.
Wait, you have anything you want to tell the people before you get out of here?
Yeah, man. Just go check me out, man. I love any little bit of support, whether it's 10 or 10,000. Man, I just want to be here to connect with y'all. I want to share my music and my love with y'all. I want to be a part of your life. You know, I want to wake up where you are. You don't have to say anything at all. So why don't you slide? But, but honestly, guys, go check out EqualSum. I have a ton of great music. I got so many stacked up. Tell your friends, tell your fans, tell your family, tell everybody. I would love to play some shows. I'd love to come see you soon. And, yeah, I'm just happy to be here, and I'm happy that you're here as well. And I love you.
Hell yeah. Great way to put it. Love you. Love you, Kyle.
Love you.
And I love everybody listening to this week's episode of Talks with Taboo. I would say I'll see you next week, but I'm going on vacation on Saturday.
Yeah. It's
I'm
going to
going
be
on
great. Yeah,
vacation again.
it's awesome. He's going to leave me for my birthday.
Oh, what a bitch.
What a bitch, dude.
We're sorry.
You're sorry.
Listen, dude, I got time off before before.
Yeah, it's
I
cool.
can't say, but yeah.
I'm excited for my Enter Shikari hoodie that's coming in.
It's never coming in. I swear to God, if we see a homeless guy wearing a fucking TVBOO jacket or an Inner Shikari jersey,
Bro, if
I'm pulling a gun on them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm jumping. Let's
I'm
get it.
pulling a gun on them, and I'll probably get arrested.
There we go. But we have to end with and I love you because we
Love you.
I love
Except
you.
for you pieces of shit
Who
you
steal
goddamn
fucking porch pirates, you mother
goddamn
fuckers!
porch raccoons out
I
there
can't
fucking
even fucking
stealing.
live in a
I
neighborhood
hate you,
without my
goddamn.
Inner Shikari shit getting jacked.
I'll kill you. Bye.
That's okay. I love you.